1. It's Audio Synchronicity, live. With your hosts, Andres Perez.
Hello, people of the internet. This is Kaiju Noir here.
And Brayton Connor.
He was playing peekaboo with me with like a waffle or something. It was really weird.
And now, Kaiju Noir presents Audio Synchronicity, live. Hello, people of the internet. How are you tonight? At least tonight, in terms of my American audience, for which this stream is mostly made for, at least people within the North American region, North and South America. But anyways, how are you all today? Thank you very much for joining us. I am Andres Perez, aka Kaiju Noir, your host of episode 8 of Audio Synchronicity. I'm here, of course, with my one and only trusted co-pilot, Mr. Brayton Connor.
Hey, good Saturday evening, everybody. Andres, it's another month down, episode 8. Spoiler alert, I'm not here right now. I'm actually just a force projection.
Oh my god. Does that mean that you're going to be trying to take out your old student, or about it ends up that you're just going to be trolling them like big time?
Yeah, I'm just trying to piss off as many fanboys as possible right now is what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna get the entire fan base to hate this podcast and come after you.
Damn it.
And then I'll go in interviews. I'll say that I disagreed with your decision the entire time, so that way I get off scot-free.
And then, okay, I guess this is appropriate time for Godzilla King of Kaiju to say, Kaiju Noir, do a Scooby-Doo voice. I guess when you tell me that you're going to sabotage Audio Synchronicity, all I can respond is, "Ruh-oh!" Let's see. Crooked says, hello, Andres, my friend / enemy / editor / boss. And hello to you, Brayton, my Andres's friend.
Oh, yeah. Trapped in the closet.
Now we're trapped in the closet. Now in the closet, too.
Why am I in here in a closet with Andres? I don't know, but it's creepy.
So I pull out my gun. Probably not the best thing to shot when you're in an apartment with thin walls.
Probably not.
Yeah. Let's see. Crooked Lore says, the true question is, will this suck just like The Last Jedi?
Well, I mean, we're only a minute in, so I mean, we're good. So I hope it doesn't. I mean, keep up the good vibes here. Don't try to sabotage us.
Yeah. Don't be a hater. Don't be an out of touch critic. Oh, great. Now I'm being influenced by Dillo Fellow. And so let's
that's
see.
the word. That's not the way to start a podcast, Andres.
It's going to be called the Evil Audio Synchronicity Podcast.
Oh my god.
Godzilla King of Kaiju, Brayton Connor is gay, confirmed.
Was that ever a rumor?
I know, that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
It's like, do we need to state that? It's like, okay, I'm officially coming out as heterosexual. I'm not sure if it's ever been a secret, guys.
Andres is straight, confirmed. What? Oh no.
Oh my
You're on the cover.
God.
You're on the cover of magazines now.
Imagine I used that as an excuse just to cover up some heinous shit that I did.
Yes.
Oh, what a sad world we live in today.
True.
Let's see. Crooked said, in Godzilla Planet of Monsters, Godzilla improved the Earth after humanity left. Since humans want the Earth back, does that make the movie an anti-Go-Green movie? That's an intriguing question, and that's probably a lot more interesting than the movie in question.
Yeah, I'm surprised that it just raises so many questions, you know?
Yeah, and this whole time, the humans were the true villains. It's like an infection of fleas that the Earth desperately wants to get rid of.
Yes, it was a planet of monsters before Godzilla even showed up. Because man is the greatest monster of all.
Let's see. Primal Graphenosaurus Rex says, audio synchronicity, where the versus questions are always yes. Brayton Connor will never accept that Shin Godzilla's good, and where Gamera's officially dead.
That's right.
Yes.
Of course.
Let's see. Toho Society, when everyone I know is streaming at the same time.
Oh my god. You gotta play them all at once and have like a giant mashup.
It's like when Red Letter Media was watching like all 3 Transformer movies at the same time. It's just pure chaos.
Maybe they'll all sync up in a really weird way, like that Pink Floyd album and Wizard of Oz, you know? Oh my god.
Crooked says, guys, since we're talking about our sexuality, oh god, I guess I can tell you I am crooked.
Well, that's very brave of you to share that with us, Crooked.
Stunning and brave, Crooked. Stunning and brave.
Tonight on a very special episode of Audio Synchronicity.
Jordan says it just raises too many questions.
Yeah.
And Godzilla King of Kaiju says, is Hedorah a woman?
I mean, does it... Hey, look, it's 2018. Does it matter? Okay.
Absolutely. We're living in a non-binary society here. Okay?
Right.
Come on, kaiju can be more than 2 genders, you know. Get with the program. You're on the wrong side of history, pal. In all seriousness, no. I always assumed Hedorah was just a big blob of shit that didn't really succumb to traditional
gender roles,
biological sexual roles.
Right. Yeah, I've never questioned it. I've never really wanted to know. So.
Let's see. Crooked says, I left Lee Fuchi's live stream for you guys. I hope you're happy. She's Belle, for God's sakes. I think you made the wrong choice, Crooked. Yeah,
well, we're prettier than Belle.
Yeah, can't you see by our on-screen avatars?
Yeah, I mean, that is sex appeal.
Let's see. Godzilla King Kaiju said, Andres, why do most G fans hate on Mothra? I cannot tell you. You know, I cannot speak for other people. You know, I mean, I can tell you why I hate. No, I don't. I like Mothra. Let's see. I don't like her trilogy of movies, but the character she's all right with me. I like the cut of her.
She's made some bad movies. You know, she was in her contract.
She made some poor career choices.
Right. I mean, let's move on though. I mean, she's an all right gal. She's done good things like save the planet.
yeah. She destroyed a meteor off screen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Lydia says, they say if you watch all the Transformer movies at the same time, you see the Eye of Sauron.
Oh, I thought you only saw the eye of just a giant eye of Michael Bay, and then it pulls out and his giant face is laughing at you with bags of money falling behind him.
But while Who Will Know plays in the background, if I die, who will know? Let's see. Oh, Primal Graphenosaurus Rex mentioned, so Larry Bundy Jr. is the last person in Channel Awesome. We'll get to that, my friend. We'll get to that. Let's see. Crooked says, you're only slightly cuter than Belle, Brayton. Only slightly.
Well, you know what? I think I could pull off that outfit, you know, just as well as she can.
The blue and orange pumpkin cat suit.
Oh, yeah. I have one, in fact. No, I don't.
I wouldn't be surprised if you actually do have one, given the very colorful wardrobe you wear to G-Fest.
Yeah, wait till you see this year's wardrobe. Oh my god.
You're gonna top yourself with you're gonna outdo the sweater vest.
Yeah, see, I did this last year. I'm gonna have like 2 days where I wear, you know, awesome, like a full blown out suit, and then I'll just, you know, mix it up in the middle day. Last year I wore the sweater vest. I don't know what I'll wear this year, but it's got to be outrageous somehow.
We gotta do a skit or somehow where you're walking behind us, and it's like, because it's so bright and it's gonna be like literally loud, we're gonna be like, what the hell was that? Did someone hear a truck pass by?
Do you guys hear that? Oh, it's just your clothing. Color blocking, people. Hello.
Let's see. Dillo Fellow said, I recently saw A Quiet Place and thought it was solid. My main issue is that it's inconsistent with its rules. All right, I heard The Quiet Place was interesting. The trailers were very intriguing. Let's see. Crooked says, could a Kiryu-focused movie work without Godzilla? Let's save that for later in the live stream, Crooked. Let's see. Brayton's wearing Belle's pumpkin dress to G-Fest. Confirmed!
Hey, if you pay me, I'll do it.
It's like my integrity only costs so little.
Right. My self-respect is very cheap.
Let's see. So let me just share this around before we get into the news. So while I am sharing this around on the social medias, would you like to tell us how have you been, man?
Oh, I have been absolutely excellent. I'm raging. I don't know if you've heard about this, Andres, but because it's all in the tabloids and all over the news. But I, Brayton Connor, am raging an all-out one-man war. I mean,
I'm not sure if hearing Brayton you roaring would be all that intimidating or crazy.
Roar! Roar!
It's gonna be yes!
Yes! But I am waging an all-out war against texting lingo and in favor of emojis. I think Congress now should pass a law completely banning any texting lingo, like your LOLs, your SMHs of the world, your WTFs, anything that can be expressed through emojis. I think all of that should be eradicated from the face of the earth. It's run its course. Let the emojis take over. I mean, they had a movie. It sucked, but let them at least take over our lives in a smaller way, in the form that we communicate with one another, I say. I'm a big emoji supporter.
So you want people to use more emojis for their conversations?
Yes, more emojis, less abbreviations. Especially abbreviations that these young, new, hip kids are coming up with that I don't understand because they're so complicated.
You know what? I was talking about that this week with my students, how, slang language is constantly evolving, it's always changing, and it's gone to that point where I'm starting to notice, the next generation of slang terms that are just befuddle me. The one thing I've been noticing the most is, lit or litty. It's is that even English?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm the youngest of our circle, and I'm confused by the whole thing, Andres. And body age wise, I'm the youngest, but mentally, I'm like a 40-year-old. So I'm really behind.
Today,
yeah.
Learn to spell properly, you damn hooligans.
Hold on, let me check my pager. Oh, someone's trying to get a hold of me.
Beep 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 beep. Better bust out my Motorola flip phone.
Oh, by the way, because my mother is in her weird way is being obsessed with this. I'm wondering what your opinion is on fanny packs. Speaking of archaic gear, such as beepers.
Well, given that I was a lifeguard for about 4 years, I actually worked with a fanny pack, and they are. I would say they do prove their usefulness when, at least in terms of having your most integral rescue equipment ready with you in case you need sanitary mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. So I've worked enough with fanny packs to the point where it's I'm okay with them in general, although I prefer a good old-fashioned satchel.
Oh, sure. Aesthetically, they're atrocious. But,
yeah,
they
it's
are
just
functional.
This big, bulky thing strapped to your stomach. It doesn't look as bad if it's, smoothed, slid over to the side. But then it kind of you look like you're the kind of person who works at an arcade giving change to people.
Yeah, I just need a place to put my harmonicas, is the problem. I have, 5 harmonicas. They must travel with me at all times, because you never know when I get the blue when you're gonna get the blues so bad.
I was born.
I'm just imagining all of the situations I could find myself in on a daily basis, where I just bust out a harmonica and do an improv vamping session. Oh, that's a high note. Never mind. I'm so blue.
And so I wonder, like, how your friends would genuinely react to that. Would they be like,
They put up with it on a daily basis anyway. I mean, I
It's
think
like,
they're
you know
they're
what?
numb to it.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we'd expect this from you, Brayton. Bust
Yeah,
out
yeah.
a random ass harmonica to do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a part of my life now. It's for the last couple of years.
Very ironic.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Let's see. So, how is the chat doing now? Let's see. Godzilla King Kaiju Andres, did you wear a Speedo? No.
Oh
no.
my gosh.
No one wants to see me in a
I can go to
Speedo.
sleep peacefully tonight.
Brayton, Crooked says, Brayton, can't you just pull them out of your hands like Wolverine claws?
You know what? I'm trying to find a way to do that. I'm trying to set up some kind of mechanism where I can have that happen. But right now, I just look stupid if I try doing that. I look like the people who put when they review. You ever notice when somebody reviews one of the Wolverine movies or like an X-Men movie?
Yeah, they do this.
They always have the
stupid
butter
thumbnail.
knives. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
They get like forks and spoons.
Everybody does it.
Yeah. It's like they think they're original when it's not. Everyone has already done that.
They're a bunch of basic bitches, and I'm saying I don't want to look like that.
I want to look like a top bitch. No.
I want to look like a contender, a queen bitch, if you will.
Let's see. Going through the comments. Let's see. I'm going through. Primal Graphenosaurus Rex says, so Brayton, what if a person gives Waffleman an ass laser like Shin Godzilla? What would be your reaction?
Well, how do you know he doesn't already have an ass laser, Primal Gothosaurus Rex? He is my
prepared.
That's how he toasts his waffles, you know?
Everything is too... My arms and legs are too busy. I have to use my ass. Let's see. When in response to what you were saying about the emojis, Crooked said, "You're madman, Brayton. You're changing the status quo." What is it like? Do you remember from Billy and Mandy? There was like that character called Sir Raven, where he just like randomly show up. He's like, "You fools! You've messed with the natural order!"
Yeah.
And then the characters get reincarnated as Powerpuff Girls. Let's see. Answer, you will make a Mr. Plinkett review of it. I'm not sure what Graphenosaurus Rex was talking about. Crooked says, new slang, tough titty wumpus. Oh man, watch out. I'm not sure we're allowed to say that on the internet.
There are children watching.
At least people with the minds of children.
Right. Maybe he's referring to my review. I think he's referring to what if Waffleman question, having an ass laser. So maybe he's referencing my Plinkett review that I did for Shin Godzilla that will never see the light of day.
You should need to share that.
But I'm afraid of the internet, Andres.
Grow a spine, Brayton. If you can handle us, then you can handle a couple of meanie duty heads. Duty heads. Let's see.
But what if they use all caps and misspell words, and it's gonna be scary?
Well, I can't help you there, Brain. I'm sorry.
There's no defense against that.
What was that line that Sam Jackson once said? "Oh no, my brother, you on your own." I know I changed the context of that. Now I just realized what the original quote was. Let's see. Answer going down the comments. Crooked says, if Waffleman has a theme song, is it wrong to want it sounding similar to the Darkwing Duck theme?
That's not wrong at all. I would love that.
Yeah, that'd be great. We probably wouldn't be able to pay someone to do that.
Well, maybe. I do have a friend who's quite the talented composer that I've acquired through my various voiceover exploits in the world of voice acting, Andres. I think you know about. I think I shared something a while back on Facebook that he composed for me. But he's really talented. He's he's and it's tough when working with people like when. I understand that would be tough to compose things like through the internet or like through the different programs you can download and not have it sound like really crappy sort of MIDI kind of sounding music. But he I don't know what I think he has an entire orchestra trapped in his desktop. I mean, I think that's what he does. That's what he has there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and he just slips them food every once in a while and forces them to slave away inside of his computer. I think that's how it works. Anyway.
Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah.
Let's see. Godzilla King Kaiju said, Andres, do you have the Godzilla vs. Hedorah Sony DVD? Yes! Always.
Yeah. Isn't that what we watched at G-Fest this past year? Or it wasn't your copy.
That wasn't my copy.
The Sony DVD.
Yeah, that was.
It was my copy. That's right. Yes.
Wait a minute. It was me all along.
Oh.
Let's see. Crooked says, that's cool and all, Brayton, but you still lack an animator, so Andres is still far superior to you.
It's true. I mean, I was never doubting that Andres is superior to me. I mean, with his magnificent hair and his fashion choices and his impressionating skills and his editing skills. Oh wait, no, that's me.
It's like, who is the senpai?
I am pulling the strings.
Who is the senpai and who is the kohai?
The world may never know.
Let's see. Vote now, ladies and gentlemen. No. Let's see. All right, then. NBFRE. Inbefre?
Maybe it stands for something. Maybe it's like an organization.
Probably.
Like the National Brothers for... retarded peoples or something. I don't know.
Retarded elephants.
Yeah.
Brayton would pull his harmonicas out of his body like one Power Rangers Time Force villain who pulls swords out of his leg. Oh, I know that guy, surprisingly.
It sounds extremely painful. Why are people wanting me to pull things out of my body?
Painful.
Me.
Especially me. Unfortunately. I must do it for the music.
Nobody cared who I was till I put on the mask, and they still don't care.
Nobody cared.
I've got the blues.
Nobody cared who I was before I played the harmonica.
He tries to play the harmonica, but he can't because of the mask. It gets in the way. He's like, "Oh, my one joy in life.
I'm a sad bane now.
This has become the bane of my existence."
Oh, bother! Now I'm making bad puns.
Let's see. Brayton, it's the Godzilla fan base. We're all used to it at this point. Not sure what that's referring to there. Jordan says, whoa, Andres, you say duty heads again. You'll go into Fidelity D territory. I don't know what that's referencing. I'm sorry. Let's see. Primal Graphenosaurus Rex says, I hope Waffle Man's villains will be Soy Boy.
You know what? I'm stealing that now. And I'm not giving you credit because I am a greedy businessman who... I'm going to be the Bob Kane of Waffle Man. I'm just going to take all the credit for myself.
See, this is why you shouldn't really share your ideas publicly online unless you're already ready to sell them. Capitalize on that idea.
Yeah, you got to have them patented with a copyright.
Or pretend you have a copyright.
Yes.
You gotta at least talk the talk. You know, on the internet, people won't know if you can walk the walk. You just gotta act like you know what you're doing. Which, speaking of which,
that's what you do, right, Andres, on a daily basis.
I try real hard, man. Let's see. So, the Waffle Man's evil double Toast Man.
Well, we should probably get into the core of our. So you want me to go first since I probably have the shorter story?
Yeah. Actually, I was going to make a segue in terms of people.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who pretend to be professional, who pretend to look professional when they really aren't. But we will just go into yours since I pretty much hogged up all the time last time.
Sorry for ruining your segue, Andres.
No problem. You will pay later.
Don't take away my dinner tonight.
I will take much more than your dinner, Brayton.
I will take your soul. No, anyway.
I will take your cookies.
No! Okay. So I have a wacky story for you all that took place.
Time for Brayton's wacky story time.
Wacky world news.
That's
I'm
actually
juggling on a unicycle or something. Are you not entertained, children?
No, oh my god, I want to see Gladiator now, like remade into a circus comedy.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Like one man is kidnapped, his wife, his family were in jail. In order to make money, he must and free his family. He must work as a clown.
The Raph and Shoma story.
Did someone ask for a sad clown? Imagine, he's an opera singer, and he always wanted to be an opera singer, but instead he must live the life of a clown. Therefore, he ends up becoming, like, this essentially the modern-day Pagliacci.
You and I have such great ideas. Like, this is going to be on a double bill with Oscar Bacon.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
The man who wants to be an opera singer but has to live life as a gladiator clown trying to entertain the masses with fucking elephants and tigers.
We are going to win all the awards. This is perfect.
Absolutely.
Trademark it, Andres.
We'll call it The Clown Who Cried.
Oh, that's a great title. It's a great title.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes. So back to Brayton's Wacky World News. This took place April 19th, so 2 days ago. This is very recent. Now, I don't know about, when it comes to like fears, but a weird fear that I've always had is like a home invasion kind of complex of people. Like, I'm very paranoid, about people like getting in my space.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Sure.
Because you cut out for like a second there.
Oh, okay. So I've always had a fear of like a weird like home invasion kind of fear, where I'm always paranoid about people entering my space and taking my shit. But this story has sort of a upbeat kind of edge to it. It's the title is Homeowner Finds Naked Intruder in Her Tub Eating Cheetos. Oh boy.
I've certainly been there.
You've been there?
Haven't we all been there?
Have you been the perpetrator in this scenario?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh, you filthy animal. Okay. Now this comes to us from NewYorkDailyNews.com. I'll read the article to you all. It starts out with this line. Prepare yourself for this pun. It was a dangerously cheesy move.
Oh!
Sing. A woman returned to her home in Louisiana this week to find a naked intruder in her bathtub eating her Cheetos. Evelyn Washington. I know.
I mean,
what does this world come to?
I mean, she could have taken the Fritos or the Lay's. But let's not. At least she didn't touch the Doritos. That's for Monday Night Football, man. That's the untouchable. Right. Everybody always saves their Doritos for like a special occasion.
Right. Like a football night or birthday parties or funerals. Anyway. Okay, where was I? Oh, yes. Evelyn Washington, 29, was arrested on burglary and property damage charges after the startled woman arrived at the Monroe home on Tuesday. A police officer arrived to find the bathtub full of water and a plate of food, along with half-eaten Cheetos on the toilet next to the tub.
Imagine it's like E.T. She finds like a trail of Cheetos leading up to the bathroom.
Yes.
Like, who's been eating my Cheetos? Who's been making a fucking mess of the house?
The intruders dressed like E.T. with like the hat and everything,
or like dressed like E.T. in drag with like the blonde wig.
Yeah.
The lipstick.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Where was I? Along with that. Okay. According to the probable cause, when the woman confronted Washington, the suspect told her that an unknown male told her to break into the house. Police found a tall ice chest under a broken window. Washington and the victim said they did not know each other. The suspect was taken to the Ouachita Correctional Center and remained jailed on Wednesday, according to the Star-Telegram. Well...
Did they
what do you make of that?
Did they say if whether or not the intruder was male or female?
Oh yeah, they got a picture of. I think it's a her. Yeah, Evelyn Washington, and a picture of her right here. I'll share the link with you, Andres.
All right. I know for whatever reason I can't share links on the chat right here, but I will try to share it within the description after the fact. But let's see. Going down here, you're gonna check that link. Let's see. For whatever reason, Skype is giving me a hard time now. Don't know what's up with that.
Do you owe Skype some money, Andres?
I'm not sure. I thought Skype was free. It's like nothing is free, Andres. Okay, so this person here, is this like the mugshot of the person?
That's right. Yes, the perpetrator.
Evelyn Washington. She looks like she's
yeah,
probably like
I was eating Cheetos. What of it?
She's about to give attitude. It's like you're the last person who should be giving attitude now, miss. or maybe she just looks extremely blazed right now.
I don't know.
I mean, why else would she go
Maybe
for the
both.
Cheetos? Like,
That's
why else
true,
would she go
munchies.
for the Cheetos? Yeah. I mean, it's like the hardcore munchies, where it's like she didn't have any munchies at home, so she just like burst through the door of someone else's house just to get their munchies. It's kind of like, well, what's the drug that usually makes you feel like you're Superman?
Oh, like fucking angel dust or fucking cocaine or
Yeah,
some
cocaine. Like
shit
she,
like that. Yeah.
It's like she had like the roid rage of cocaine with the munchies of weed. Where she's like, I gotta get something to fucking eat. And as soon as she bursted through that, she used all her cocaine.
She recreates like the old George Reeves Superman thing where she's like flying through the air and just bursts through a wall.
Right.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
She burst through the wall, and it's like, and that was like she used all her cocaine strength to burst through that wall. And then she cooled down and went into that like 420 mode.
Yeah, got naked in the bathtub eating Cheetos. I mean, that's if I weren't doing this, that's what I would be doing right now.
I mean, isn't that like a point in your life when you can eat Cheetos in your tub and you can say, yes, I finally made it in life.
Right, I'm finally satisfied with where I am.
Yeah. So, to quote, what was it? Some call me Johnny, so this is what it's like to finally make it in life. He says while playing Cory in the House on Nintendo DS. Oh man! So did they ever say what she? What? Okay, they said she remained in jail on Wednesday, according to the Star Telegram. So I wonder if that's where she still is right now.
I'm assuming so. It doesn't say anything about her getting out on bail or anything. So I don't know.
It did say the police found a tall ice chest under a broken window. Is the ice chest in the house or outside the house? Like, did she stand on the ice chest to break through the window? Okay.
I assume it's outside the house. Yeah, that's where most people keep it. I think. Like, you know, those big like I don't know. People have them. That's where you keep like your like a
wine
water hose or stuff like that. You know, or just like stuff you have like that's attached to your house. That's kind of like on the outside. I imagine that's what she's. How she got in the first place. But do you think a person purposely told her to go in there and eat some Cheetos? Because that's what she said.
It's like, can you point me to the nearest place to get some munchies? And
oh, that house over there.
Thank you. Smashes through the window. But yeah, the home invasion. This probably only intensifies your fears of that sort of thing happening.
I know. That's what I'm most afraid of. Like, I bet she felt like it was like it might have been like a really awkward kind of thing. Like after Bruce Banner like turns back into the Hulk, where he's like all ripped up and he's just he's just kind of enjoying himself. It'd be an awkward thing to stumble upon, I'd imagine.
Right. It's like, Bruce Banner, what are you doing here? Why are you wearing my pants? It's a long story. You don't want to know.
You don't want to know. To quote the great hair splitter himself, you don't want to know.
Let's see. So then, yeah, that is certainly a crazy story. Thank you very much for bringing that up, Brayton.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. that was imperative that I share that with you all.
Absolutely. That is the kind of stuff that that's the kind of stuff that this podcast that this live stream lives for.
Right, that's why you equip your home with the proper security measures in case someone breaks into your cupboard and tries to steal your Cheetos.
Absolutely, yeah. You got to put a lock on that shit.
It's not easy being cheesy. Thank you.
Crooked says, I earned the right to eat Cheetos in the tub. I wrote a book. Technically, it was a light novel, but who's counting? Yeah, whatever. Let's see.
unlike him, you've written your book.
That is true. That is true. You wrote something and you can legally profit off of it. Let's see. Jordan Fazende says, you know what? I am done. It was nice to meet you.
Oh, that's fun.
Let's see. And then there's a whole other conversation going on right here. Oh, okay. Crooked Production says bath salts turn you into a zombie.
Ah, that's right. That
Yeah.
happened. That was that case that happened a few years back, right? With
that
guy
wow,
in
man,
Florida.
that feels like ancient history now. Yeah. Where he was eating a man. He was eating the face of a dude and eating his. I think like he was eating himself. I think throwing his organs or intestines at the police.
So bath salts munchies must be the worst then. If you eat another person,
Right.
you can't just a regular bag of Cheetos won't do it for you.
I think like bath salts, like if cocaine can turn you into like a Super Saiyan, then like no, bath salts turn you into like the Hulk or like a roided up person, then like bath salts turn you into like a maniacal Super Saiyan. Then, oh yeah, I remember this story. The guy, he was also like. Like naked, I think, because like he felt like his body temperature was like crazy high, so it's like this naked like dude munching on another dude while like the cops came in and were probably like horrified of this.
You know what a horrible day to be a police officer. Just a horrible day at work.
Right. Now I've seen everything.
Yeah.
It's like, Officer McKinley, I'm probably gonna have to turn in my badge now.
Now every donut, now the poor officers, every donut that they look at now probably has like they see like the guy's face in it, and like I can't eat donuts anymore. You've robbed me of my.
Especially if it's like the strawberry jelly filled kind.
Yes, my one duty as a police officer to crave donuts is taken from me. I have no reason. They just resign from the force.
Yeah.
Awful.
And I remember like this. There were also some other accounts of people like going crazy on drugs and eating people. So several people on the internet were making fun of this, making it seem like there was a zombie apocalypse happening to the point where like what was it, like the National Health Association had to actually come out with a statement saying, "No, you fucktards, we are not having a zombie apocalypse, a zombie outbreak." Like I keep saying, what a time to be alive.
Right.
Where that kind of
something that isn't alive anymore though, and is basically a zombie at this point. Channel Awesome.
Yes, thank you for the new, much better, better made segue. Yes, so when last time on Audio Synchronicity
Previously on Audio Synchronicity Live.
Channel Awesome was in trouble as the former contributors all gang up together to take down the evil Mike Michaud and Rob and the Walker brothers. See what happens on the next episode on Audio Synchronicity.
This just in, Channel Awesome still in trouble.
Dun, 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 dun. Going all Dragon Ball on it. Yeah, so last time we talked about Channel Awesome, which was a website that hosted the Nostalgia Critics videos, as well as a bunch of other contributors who reviewed comics, movies, anime, exploitation films, music, and whatnot. And so it was a major facet of my high school life and, waning around my college years. And, I'm pretty sure all of us have been exposed to that sort of Channel Awesome angry reviewer culture that played a good part in shaping kind of a lot of the entertainment that we enjoy nowadays. And over the years, we mentioned how Channel Awesome has kind of gone downhill, what with Nostalgia Critic going into early retirement in like 2012, 2013, then he brought it back. There was the whole thing when they were moving over to YouTube because Blip was down. So it was like a combination of those factors that led to the site declining, and as well as poor management, where they were kept focusing more on Doug as opposed to all the other contributors. So slowly more and more people left. Stories came out, but nobody really listened to them. So it wasn't until like this sort of right time at the right moment sort of deal happened on Twitter, where all the former contributors just got together, just started corroborating on all these stories. And eventually, at that point, that's what we were reporting. We were reporting like the culmination of all those tweets, information based on all the culmination of all those tweets. So, since our last episode of Audio Synchronicity, they actually put out a, like, at the time, 69-page document. Now I think it must be at like 73 or something pages, I think, because, they keep adding more information to it as, more people come in with their own horror stories of working with Channel Awesome. And for those who don't know, Channel Awesome, that is technically like the Chicago crew, like everybody who was in the Nostalgia Critic group, as well as their CEO, Mike Michaud. All the other producers, they were technically never like officially employed by Channel Awesome. Their videos were just hosted by Channel Awesome in the hopes of gaining exposure from the website, which they did get exposure, but they were I feel like it still doesn't excuse how badly treated they were and how the lack of professionalism on that site led to its decline, to where most people now focus on the YouTube channel of Channel Awesome, not the website itself. Although you can also state that these sort of aggregate websites have sort of like become obsolete in this day and age. So stuff like Game Trailers or Screw Attack are really, or Channel Awesome, I feel like they're not needed anymore because everyone simply goes to YouTube because it's become much more accessible for these sort of creators to get started there. So yeah, people have already commented there. Channel Awesome died fast like Zilla did in Godzilla Final Wars. Let's see. And so, rather than going on over the entire 70-plus page document, there's actually a condensed version that I would like to go through. That's only 6 pages long, so are you ready for this, Brayton?
I'm ready. Ready.
Okay. Oh, by the way,
I've taken my Fred Flintstone vitamin and I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
By the way, how do you feel? Like, did you ever thought that this Channel Awesome thing would grow as big as it did? Because I was personally very surprised that so many YouTubers came out of the woodworks to make these sort of videos based on the Channel Awesome controversy. Because I was like, wow, so many people all these years still, like, it felt like a lot of people had like this growing resentment to Channel Awesome. So it's like by the time this came out, everyone came out of the woodworks to give their thoughts on it.
Yeah, it all just sort of rose to the surface.
Mm-hmm. Were you surprised that it got as big as this controversy got as this Change the Channel controversy got as big as it did?
Yeah, because again, I haven't really been following. I have not been following Channel Awesome ever since they became Channel Awesome. Like I stopped following. I stopped frequenting the website anyway back when it was still that guy with the glasses, which I guess that would have been. When did they make the switch over to?
Let's see. I want to say 2015 or 14.
Yeah. So it's been quite a number of years, but yeah, it's strange when you hear all of this stuff. I never really put much thought into the behind the scenes things. I've heard all what you've told me about it, but then seeing everything come out online, especially in these last 2 months or so, it's been pretty crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
Just seeing it die a slow, miserable death.
Let's see. So, the following is a list of all major grievances put forward by producers who worked or have worked at Channel Awesome. Each will contain parentheses that directs the reader to the author of the full account found here. So, number 1, Mike Michaud, the current CEO of Channel Awesome, is an asshole! No.
No.
Very close. He has a history of being unprofessional, aggressive, immature, difficult, and misogynistic. Brought up by Allison Pregler, Kaylin Sosito, Holly Brown, Louis Lovehog, Benjamin Danielle, Dr. Gonzo, Leon Thomas, Annie Merica, Tom White, Lindsay Ellis, and Anonymous number 2. The management of CEO was aware of sexual misconduct and abuse by Mike Ellis, the CFO at the time, and enacted no disciplinary action until over a year later, as said by Sean Fowles, Allison Pregler, and Holly Brown. They were also aware of sexual misconduct by another producer years later, again not acting for over a year. At least 3 victims have come forward and requested the offender's name not be printed. And of course, Channel Awesome, being the idiots that they are, accidentally revealed who this person was, and it was later revealed to be the deceased Justin Carmichael, aka Juwario, which
Yeah.
shocked the internet all around because to many people he was kind of like a pillar of the reviewing community, and was always seen as like this really great, very selfless, very kind, warm individual. And, you know, personally, I never saw his videos outside of that time he covered Daikaiju Daikasen, Godzilla Daikaiju Daikasen for the Super Nintendo, or Super Famicom. And I was aware that he was a Kamen Rider fan, and he made his own Kamen Rider called Famicom Rider. And he was going to make he was on raising money on Indiegogo to make a Famicom Rider movie, but he passed away. He committed suicide by that point. So Mars Girl, Kaylin Cicito, she, and Matt from Monstrosity's Tokusatsu Vlogs, they got together and made a tribute to Justin called Farewell Famicom Rider. But they didn't use any of the money that Justin made on Indiegogo. Nobody knows where that money went. But they just poured a lot of their own passion, money, and resources into that project. And I never saw that movie personally, but it must be very must be terrible for like Mars Girl and everyone else attached to that project for them to realize like all that time they spent on that movie was kind of for a person that was as despicable as Justin was, allegedly. Although at this point, I feel like we can confirm that he was responsible for these heinous crimes. And yeah, it's just a really shitty situation for like the victims involved.
Yeah.
Let's see, going down.
That's all I have to add.
Let's see, going down. Number 3, Doug Walker, the nostalgia critic, is considered talent and not acting in any managerial role, yet he has been involved in many company decisions and knew what management knew, as far as is known. He also made sweeping decisions regarding the site that had the potential to drastically affect the income of many producers without consulting them beforehand. This, of course, is probably in reference to the fact that he wanted to retire the Nostalgia Critic, which would have killed traffic for the website and affected everybody involved. And he failed to tell everybody about it until they actually, like, shot the scene, like, days beforehand at the last minute.
He didn't tell the cast?
No, he didn't tell the cast because, like, I guess they were, like, just filming the script. Like, it's kind of like what with Tommy Wiseau, where he didn't tell people what the next script, what was, like, the next sequence they were shooting. Like, he never gave anybody a full script, from what I can understand, like Tommy Wiseau. They just did it one scene at a time, I guess. Oh, yeah, and he never gave them enough time to memorize their lines. Let's see. Sorry for the bad cough, folks. Management of the site was of poor quality, particularly in regards to communication, organization, rule consistency, payment, and transparency. Multiple attempts to bring serious concerns to management regarding this were met with very few, usually minimal, attempts at repair. This was also another big thing where whenever the men would complain about the websites, they'd be ignored. But if a woman were to complain about the website, Mike Michaud would just, snap at them aggressively. Number 5, at least one staff member was asked to work every single day with no holidays or weekends. She was terminated with no given reason and forced to sign an exclusivity contract barring her from working in the industry for 3 years at the risk of losing her severance pay. And this was after she came out of surgery, so it's not like she was able to find work, so she needed that severance pay.
Yeah.
Number 3, when Channel Awesome ran a crowdfunding campaign, it was so mismanaged that they were threatened with investigation by Indiegogo. They then canceled the funded show after 12 episodes of a promised 40. And they only did 12 episodes because I think that covered them legally, saying like, see guys, we did try to do this. Number 7, the filming of anniversary movies crossovers, though enjoyed by many producers as a great opportunity and experience, was also fraught with multiple examples of inadequate planning and unprofessional behavior, going beyond a simple lack of experience. To boldly flee in particular was not a pleasant experience for a large number of cast and crew. Number 8, Channel Awesome's management has a history of threatening to drop producers for saying things that they felt would make them look bad on social media and in videos, even when no rules were broken. and they weren't mentioned. Number 9, in 2013...
Doug Walker has a creepy smile, and he smells like pears. Number 10.
Number 9, in 2013, there was a big push for many producers to fix the problems with communication and address the possible financial concerns surrounding the sudden loss of the Nostalgia Critic videos. A written document was presented to them, but as mentioned above, many points were either ignored, laughed off, or addressed minimally. Number 10, management had a contentious relationship with producers who tried to increase their revenue via increasing ads or starting a Patreon. The former was viewed as encouraging ad block, and the later was viewed as e-begging. Number 11, there has been a pervasive feeling amongst the long-term producers that they are no longer valued or appreciated, and that Channel Awesome cares only for their in-house development. This has been exacerbated by Channel Awesome simply purging the site of any producers that asks to leave without announcement, whereas before there was a heartfelt post or even goodbye videos. And that's the general gist of it in terms of the not-so-awesome document. And how Channel Awesome replied was perhaps like the worst way they could have done so.
Oh, can I do the honors?
Yes! Okay.
We're sorry you feel that way.
They didn't even bother to say the word sorry. It's like, we regret that you feel that way.
Okay.
But you're right. It is the mentality of sorry you fool. I'm sorry you feel that way. It's kind of like, you do something that pisses off your friend, but like your friend's like, oh, you shouldn't do that, and you're all upset and you're like, well, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I'm still gonna do it.
Right.
And then they made another response on their website called Our Response, and they only handpicked a few things and made a couple rebuttals by barely providing any facts and simply admitting, yes, we did do this heinous shit. But we also did this thing here. It's like, that still doesn't excuse the fact that you admitted to doing this heinous shit.
Mm-hmm.
Or like they say, oh, our producers are lying. They're okay with this sort of stuff, but they're just taking like conversations and videos out of context.
Yeah.
So yeah, this has been one gargantuan, massive PR disaster that keeps growing bigger and bigger the more Channel Awesome refuses to admit that they were on the wrong side of history. I feel like that's going to be another recurring gag for the Audio Synchronicity show.
On the SJW Randy Savage.
Yeah. Yes. You're gonna pay for it now, Mike Mashad. Yeah. You're gonna get what's coming to ya. So,
I got you for 3 minutes.
So since then, they've lost quite a number of subscribers. They went from like 1,080,000 to now like 1,040,000, I want to say. Gonna quickly check how much they have right now. Let's see, Channel Awesome. Oh, actually, I'm gonna check their website right now. Yep. So one of the biggest things people have noticed is that ever since they, Ever since the hashtag change the channel controversy started, a lot of people have left the website. And so before you had like maybe 30 producers, maybe 40 producers, now it's down to 2 people on Channel Awesome, Brad Jones and Guru Larry. And Brad Jones,
oh, they should fight.
There's been so many like memes about Brad and Larry being the last ones there. And Brad Jones, people assume that he's already left, but I guess due to contractual reasons, because he's actually an official part of the Chicago crew, he's the only one that benefits financially from being on Channel Awesome. He actually, maybe he's under contract, so maybe that's why his name is still attached to the website. So on the... However, if you go to his Twitter and his, official website, all mentions of Channel Awesome have been removed. So people have assumed that Brad has already jumped ship, but his name is just still associated with Channel Awesome. And Guru Larry, he's still on there simply to troll Channel Awesome. He's been mocking the website for years, openly. He's just there for the lulz. He just wants to be there so he can say that so he can have a laugh at being the last person there. So it's like, how sad is it for Channel Awesome or for Doug Walker that the one person who's stuck with you is the kind of person who hates you.
Yeah. Crooked Lore says all these complaints sound exactly like the complaints you had about working with me.
Well, when you take away my animation and turn me into a crayon drawing, that's the sort of thing I have beef with. Let's see. It's gonna be like change. What was it? Like straighten out the crooked man. That's gonna be it. Hashtag.
I'll back you on Trace.
And
I'll spread lies. I mean truths about.
And let's see. So yeah, that's like one of the saddest things ever, seeing this huge group of contributors all dwindle down to 2 people. One who's probably not even there, and one who just is there just to make fun of you. And some people have also reported that Doug Walker has left Channel Awesome because his official Facebook page says that rather than works for Channel Awesome, he worked past tense for Channel Awesome. And some people say that his videos have also been removed certain videos have been removed from the website, but I'm not really sure because I didn't know what it used to look like before. But all of his videos are still up there. And also some rumors have stated that he perhaps did not leave Channel Awesome, but rather maybe he's going to be moving his stuff to Vimeo just to avoid the negative backlash on YouTube. So, rather than trying to confront the problem, he's just trying to run away from it. And also, I gotta check out how the subscriber count is for Channel Awesome at the moment. Let's see, should take just a minute. Let's see. Gonna check the trusty Social Blade. And let's see. Oh God, okay, I'm gonna send you the link right now to their Social Blade right now, which keeps track of their subscriber count, and they've been losing thousands of subscribers by the day.
Oh wow.
Like what was it? Yesterday they lost like 462, but the previous day like 1,281. The previous day 2,052, 2,104, 1,749.
You should just invite them to subscribe to your channel, where it will be free of all controversy.
Let's see. So what is the current count right now? Let's see. Where's the sub count? Okay, yeah. So they dropped from around 1,080,000 to now 1,022,000. So they lost about roughly 60,000 subscribers. And it looks like Channel Awesome or Doug Walker has not quit Channel Awesome because they just uploaded the next Nostalgia Critic. Which the previous one.
Well, I've seen in the comments at least that it takes him about a week or two to get a review all set to go. So there's like conspiracies that they're just uploading the last couple ones that they have in the bank of Nostalgia Critic videos. There's those people amongst the camp that think that he has left. Because I might be mistaken, but Mike Machad does own the intellectual property, if that's what you want to call it, of the Nostalgia Critic, correct?
Yes, that's a thing there, because with Channel Awesome, Mike Machad, he does own. He's like the what do you call it? The person who owns the majority shareholder. Even though they try to argue against it, saying like, "Oh, Channel Awesome is owned by 5 individuals or 4 individuals with a 5th one coming soon." That doesn't change the fact that he's the majority shareholder, so that means he owns the biggest slice of the pie, and he probably has control over the entire everything that Doug does. Is owned by Mike Machad. So if Doug were to leave Channel Awesome, he can't bring the Nostalgia Critic with him, and we've already seen what happens when Doug tried to, escape from Channel Awesome, escape from the Nostalgia Critic.
No. That's my impression of demo reel just slowly going down the drain.
Oh yeah, that that was such a train wreck. I actually feel like we should. I either wanted to make a video review of demo reel, because I feel like no one has ever done a comprehensive review of the series, or maybe we should do a live stream of us just watching demo reel with our fan base.
Oh dear God.
Yep.
That's your call, man. But do you think if Doug Walker were to leave, and do you think Mike Machad would go as far as recasting the Nostalgia Critic, or do you think it's just a dead brand at that point?
I feel like this is what I'm thinking of. If this was like a silly 2000s comedy, you're gonna end up with Mike Machad broke and desperate. So he's gonna end up playing the Nostalgia Critic because he's gonna be the only one left of his non-existent company.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, "Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remembered, so you don't have to."
Or Rob Walker if he still stays there.
Oh boy. I can only imagine what must be going on at Channel Awesome right now, given everything that's happened right now. Because these people, with the way they publicly reacted, I know most people have assumed that this is all Mike Machad's doing, but you can tell, they are not ignorant to what's been going on, despite pretending like nothing wrong is happening outside of those awful responses. But I can only imagine what they must be going through, whether or not they're realizing, oh shit, we did fuck up, or if they're still ignorant, like Tommy Wiseau saying, I'm not the problem, everyone else is.
Yeah. Let's try to ignore the problem until it's unavoidable.
Mm-hmm. It's like it's the embodiment of that what do you call it? That meme with the dog in the bar where it's like, this is fine. In fact, I'm pretty sure someone already put a meme of that, but they put Doug Walker's face over that dog.
Oh, excellent. Dog Walker. I love it.
Let's see. I love somebody that's photoshopped Doug Walker and Guru Larry's face on that scene from the Titanic where they're like in front of that boat. Yeah. So, anyways, I guess let's see how our audience has reacted to this whole scenario.
Well, I've been following them as you've been talking. It started out, and Shoma showed up, and it started out with them having a very lengthy conversation within Shoma, and now they're urging you to. Some people are urging you to make them watch demo reel with you, and some are very much against it. So I don't know. We're in a state of disrepair here in the comments section too.
I see now. Let's see. Somebody asked, Dillofellow asked what I thought of Ash vs. Evil Dead being canceled. I never saw the show, sorry, but I probably will now that it's over.
Oh, yeah, should we open up Q&A at this point since we're an hour in?
Yes, I feel like now is a good time to go in there. Go right into things.
Yes.
Let's see. Going down. The Graphenixsaurus Rex says the death of Channel Awesome. Let's see. Nostalgia Critic left Channel Awesome, except he still released Jack and Jill and Fievel Goes West. And, that's what we're all assuming right now. Let's see. Larry Bundy Jr. is the last one standing. Hello, you. That's what he usually says. That's probably what he's saying to Doug Walker right now. He's like, all right, who's here?
Roll call. Oh.
Aw. Let's see. Random fact. GFA. Let's see. Okay, so while I'm going down the comments, Shoma asked me to ask you to pimp out Review All Movies.
Oh yeah, go watch Review All Movies. There. Are you happy? And Shoma? No. Oh yeah, and Shoma did what is possibly the most ambitious podcast in the history of podcasts ever, in the history of all time, ever on the internet. So go over to Nshoma's channel, and that'll be the most recent video, I believe, that he's uploaded. Check it out, and then after you're done watching the video, look at the date it was uploaded, and then feel bad about yourself.
Let's see. A big question. Which one of the Channel Awesome movies are the worst? Probably To Boldly Flee, because that one is probably one of the least funniest, most obnoxious, self-indulgent movies I've ever seen, where practically every single... It got unbearable to the point where they started just ripping off scenes line for line from Star Wars, where it's like, I get it, guys, you're copying Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Okay, you're also doing Revenge of the Sith. Okay, I get it, guys, you don't need to go this far, but of course they did. Like, it's funny how a lot of that Doug Walker would criticize like the epic movie, disaster movie style of movies where they just do nothing but reference other movies, saying, hey, remember this thing? Well, we're copying it. That's exactly what his movies are, and I think To Boldly Flee was the worst of it. Let's see. And he also later commented, To Boldly Flee is so boring. Let's see. Inshoma says, Channel Awesome's non-apology is no different than when my shitty ex-bosses used to treat me. Construction work blows, kids. Let's see. And Shoma later says, all my original female characters have started a movement called Kick the Creator against me. This won't end well. Let's see. Primal Graffiti Saurus Rex. And everyone died the end. And everyone died. The end. And everyone quit. The end. Jordan says, the fall of Channel Awesome is like the end of Evangelion, all with Doug and strangling Rob and everyone being turned to orange goo.
I can hear the ambulance in Shoma. Are they going to Channel Awesome headquarters as we speak?
Let's see. Channel Awesome is like the ending to Rogue One. The whole thing sucked. Godzilla King of Kaiju said, Andres, do a Cleveland voice. I'm not your slave, although I will still do it. No, 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 no.
There you go.
Oh, that's nasty. Pebble in my shoe, pebble in my shoe. I think you do that better.
Pebble in my shoe, pebble in my shoe.
So far, it's just Brad, Jones, and Guru Larry. Mike Owens, Nostalgia Critic character. The Channel Awesome stuff. That makes sense, I guess. It's pretty topical at the moment. Prophets predicted that when the final critic of Channel Awesome falls, the world will burn. I don't think that's true, though. Let's see. And then I got to the point where everyone's like, yes, do it or don't do it. I'm getting mixed signals here, guys. Let's see. And Shoma says, replace Doug Walker with like a puppet.
I would watch that.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, replace Doug Walker with a Rob Walker operated paper bag puppet. Let's see. No way in hell Rob would stay if Doug goes. Let's see. Crooked says, I can make Nostalgia Critic so much better. All it needs is a top hat and a cat girl.
that would make anything better though, Crooked.
Cody says, Crooked Lord, why do I not believe you? Let's see. Going down. By the way, Andres, about the comments of working with me, to be fair, all the sexist comments came from Belle. It's funny because it's the opposite gender. Zing! Let's see. Question, what is the difference between imprecation and ripping off? I don't know what you mean by imprecation. And Njoma says, lol, damn your lack of enthusiasm, Brayton.
Sorry.
Thor 2 says, do you consider Sharptooth from the Land Before Time a kaiju? Why or why not? I don't use the term kaiju. I always prefer giant monster because it's such a simple, all-encompassing term. So yes, I would consider the T-Rex, the Sharptooth from the Land Before Time, a giant monster because that's how it's portrayed compared to the talking dinosaur protagonists that... compared to the talking dinosaurs that make up our cast of protagonists.
Yes, Sharptooth, and a wonderful antagonist in that film, and also a clairvoyant, angry YouTube commenter. Go back in the Kaiju Noir archives to understand that reference. Anyway,
let's see. Question: what anime world would you not want to live in? Mine is Akagami ga Kill because corrupted government, Hunter x Hunter because Chimera ants, and One Punch Man because bad guys everywhere. What anime world would I not want to live in? Let's see. Probably yeah, and like anything that involves like the end of the world, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would say like Evangelion's the easiest because the bad guys want to turn everybody into soup, and I don't want to turn into soup. Primordial soup.
Tomato soup.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure Joseph would like that.
Oh my. So yes, let's go into question and answers. Everybody type down your questions and start put big bold letters question ahead of your question.
Yes. Sean says favorite Alfred Hitchcock movie. Ooh, that's a good one. Let's see. Favorite Alfred Hitchcock movie. I do love Strangers on a Train. Rope is a good one.
Yeah.
I think it was like, I forgot the one. I think it had Cary Grant.
Oh, is it Notorious or North by Northwest?
North by Northwest. That's it.
Yes, that's my favorite too.
I do like that one. It's like a big sprawling, like almost like spy thriller kind of thing.
Yes.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
it sort of sways, between North by Northwest for me and Rear Window, but I have to go with North by Northwest just because how big it is, and I love Cary Grant in it. He's very much the wrong. It's a wrong man. It's an ordinary man in extraordinary circumstances.
Although you can say Cary Grant himself is quite extraordinary.
Oh, yes, an extraordinary man in extraordinary circumstances. But no, yes, he is so great in that film, and yeah, he's great in all of the Hitchcock films he's in. Notorious is an older one, but I don't know if you've seen that one, Andres, but that's a great one.
Yeah.
Claude Rains is in that too, and he's amazing.
Let's see. Would you guys be terrified if scientists found that Godzilla Earth was underground or a creature like him? Well, duh, yeah. Let's see. What Godzilla monster would you like to see have a lead role in their own movie? What Godzilla monster would you like to see have a lead role? I'd like to see what Rodan would do in a modern day movie.
Yeah, I mean that'd be really fun. I'm surprised you didn't go for Titanosaurus though. And I almost called you Enshoma. Oh my god, Andres. I am looking at it in comment.
Not all us Latinos look the same, Brayton.
Well, oh yeah, you and Enshoma are dead ringers for each other. I mean, come on.
Let's see. But yeah, you're right. I wasn't thinking of that. How foolish of me. But yeah, I would like to see Titanosaurus in his own role, in a starring role, kind of similar to what they were trying to do with Godzilla Legends #3.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Hot Wings King says, "Wow, I never seen Kaiju Noir stream live."
Are you impressed?
Are you not impressed? Are you not
must find us overwhelming.
It is extremely painful for me.
Let's see. Lost my place, trying to look for it. Have you seen the trailer for Godzilla? This should have been a 12-episode anime. Why is this a movie? Yes, I have, Dillafellow, and I'm not that impressed. It's like, it just looks like honestly, the trailer for Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle, or City on the Edge of Battle, it just looks like the climax of the last movie that they forgot to include last time, so they're making it into its own movie.
Yeah, I don't really care to see it. I mean, it's kind of like at this point, like I don't really have any obligation to see it. I don't really have any interest, so I think I'm just gonna wait for a good one to come out before I go out, before I get myself excited anymore. I mentioned to you guys, I mentioned it half jokingly, but kind of half serious. I'm okay if the series just dies for another 10 year until Toho can get their act.
We gotta have more Godzilla, even if it's mediocre.
Yeah. It's kind of like, guys, okay, let's think about your choices here. Let's take another power nap. Let's sit on it. Wait another 10 years.
Well, that's a good question. I will ask all of you guys, okay? I apologize if I offended anyone with that comment of mine, but do you honestly want, in this hypothetical situation, do you prefer...
Do you want more Godzilla, or do you want good Godzilla, is what I'm asking here.
No. Do you want no Godzilla or mediocre Godzilla? It doesn't matter if you liked the anime movie. It doesn't matter whether or not you liked Shin Godzilla or the 2014 Godzilla. I just want to know, in this hypothetical situation, do you prefer a stream of mediocre Godzilla movies or do you prefer no Godzilla movies if you were given the choice? Not taking any of these movies into account because I know there are people who like
Video.
all those movies, and I completely respect your opinions. But given the choice, what would you prefer? Let's see. I find it funny how I knew a lot about the shady stuff from Channel Awesome by watching the episodes of SOS where you guys went over the scams, but now it's all coming to heel, says Joel Davis. Yeah, like I said, people like me knew about what was going on, but, you know, there just wasn't as big of an uproar. Like, all these people were complaining here and there, but this was like the first time everyone got together to make a noticeable impact, I feel like. Cody Bright says, question, where would Kong Skull Island rank in your favorite Kong movies? Probably number 3 under the 33 and 2005 movies for me.
Yeah, you know, I've actually never tried to rank all the Kong movies together, but yeah, it'd probably be number 3 for me. Then I'm not so much of a maybe number 3 or number 2 because I'm not a huge fan these days of the 2005 Kong movie, but
Okay.
you know, definitely above King Kong Lives. I mean, for what that's worth.
Well, let's see. Do we not have a guest tonight? Unfortunately not, Crooked, so it's just gonna be the two of us. Let's see. Question, what movie sticks out to you in terms of great editing? I want to say Birdman. I really like that kind of like a single take, the illusion of a single take style there. That was kind of taken over from Rope. So those two movies were the ones that stick out to me the most.
Yeah, I'll say the promo video for last year's G-Fest. You know why? Because I edited that video. I think it sticks out and it holds up amongst the very great. It's a masterpiece.
Yes,
because I did it.
Always.
Of course.
Thoughts on Godzilla Earth and Servum? Godzilla Earth, he's okay. Servum, he's okay. Overall, he's
what
okay.
is Servum?
The dragons.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
He's okay.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's just there. I can tolerate it. Let's see. Question, says Crooked. Which one of you would be a good backup Bell if I ever need one?
I got the legs for it.
Yes. I'll take your word for it. Let's see. Okay, what do you think of Nyx from Persona 3? I played Persona 3, but I forgot who Nyx is. I'm assuming that's one of the personas. I don't know what that persona looked like. Let's see. Question, is Tree Fitty really what the Loch Ness Monster is after, or does he have ulterior motives? No, I'm pretty sure he just wants a Tree Fitty.
I want a Tree Fitty.
I want a Tree Fitty. God damn, it's a Loch Ness Monster. Like, that ain't no Girl Scout. Let's see. Question from Joel Davis. How long do you think you'd survive in an anime world? Depends on who I am in said anime world. Am I like the brightly colored, crazy, like blue-haired main protagonist? Or am I one of like the dozens of black-haired or brown-haired protagonists who's usually in the background and poorly rendered in CG and CG crowd shots?
Andres Perez is the background extra.
Well, I've noticed that, like, apparently in modern day anime, things have gone so lazy that they just use CG animation to show like bunch of crowds, which looks so awful. What is wrong with you, Japan? Oh yeah, many things. Let's see. Godzilla King Kaiju. Andres, shut up and clean for me and make me a taco. Now! Do it now! I'm sorry to say this, but I can make tacos.
What, can you not make tacos, or do you choose not to?
I'll leave you to decide. Question, what giant monster / kaiju would you two would like to meet if he, she, it were real? A monster I would like to meet. Maybe Mothra, because she's the least likely to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Yeah, you can ride on her wings and go through time together.
Yeah. Question: do you announce these anywhere? Do you on them on a regular schedule, or are these surprise attacks? Usually surprise attacks. Usually I save them for like the end of the month. Apparently.
Yeah, we usually do these like the last week of the month,
Yeah,
or as far as these last couple anyway.
Right, but unfortunately, I can't do this next week because I'm going to be very busy because I have family visiting me for vacation. Because next week is going to be Golden Week in Japan, where everyone's going to be on vacation, even me.
Where everything is gold.
Gold, I like gold.
I love gold.
Let's see. Question: is the EDF underpowered in the Toho universe? EDF. What was the EDF?
The Earth's Defense Force.
Ah, okay. I'd say they're adequately powerful enough to seem like they can put up enough of a challenge while still portraying Godzilla to be strong in said movies.
Being horribly ineffective at their job.
Yeah, unless they have a Mechagodzilla.
That's true.
Let's see.
Well, even then, it comes back to life via magical Rodan MacGuffin.
Question, Brayton, would you like Shin Godzilla if it had a different monster as a lead and had nothing to do with Godzilla?
Well, no. Then it'd just be like a boring movie with a different monster. I don't
even
know.
Worse.
Well, you know what? I'd probably like it better because I'd probably tolerate it more if it weren't a Godzilla movie and it was just some other lame like the X from Outer Space movie or something. You know. Then again, I don't really look at that movie a lot of the way, you know, crying fanboys still look at 98, where, okay, it's not Godzilla, it's another monster. I'll try to convince myself of that. So yeah, that's kind of how I look at Shin. But no, I'd like it better if it had, you know, a better story and, you know, better characters and a better director and writer.
Better everything.
Better everything. You know, just the little things like that.
Let's see. Going down. Question: how would you rank the first 5 G films? Says Justin Tang. So by first 5, he's referring to 54, Raids Again, King Kong, Mothra, and Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster. Okay. So let's see. I would put Godzilla 54 on top, like in terms of like not my own favorite movies, but right, I guess by critical, like your own subjective opinion. So 54 is number 1, Mothra number 2, Ghidorah number 3, Kong number 4, Raids Again number 5.
Yeah, ditto that. Yeah.
Okay.
As long as Raids Again is put down in the dirt where it belongs. Have I ever told you?
Yeah.
Have I ever told you that was the last Godzilla film I ever saw new that I had to go out of my way to buy and... Or do you know what I mean? Like, that's the last one I saw for the first time.
Right.
Was Godzilla Raids Again, and that was just such a letdown.
I think it was probably one of the last movies for me personally also because it was released so late, around 2006, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember I wasn't let down because I had zero expectations going in. I was just very befuddled by a lot of the choices in the movie. It's like, okay, so they killed Anguirus off halfway into the movie. Okay, so they sped up the fight scenes. Okay, they brought up Kobayashi's love for his best friend's girlfriend after he died. Okay. Oh, so now we're following these bank robbers for like a good 10 minutes and their plot goes nowhere. Okay. That's just my reaction during my first viewing of Raids Again.
Yeah.
Let's see. Question, Brayton. Why do you hate everything I like? Do you hate me? I don't hate you. Or do you?
Hey, look, man. I don't know you. You don't know me, all right? I just happen to hate everything you stand for. That's all.
Let's see.
And your cat girl, too.
I was going to say that. Let's see. Oh, Cody, in response to my question, said, honestly, I don't know how to answer that. I can't really tell what's mediocre or not in Godzilla World. There's a lot of movies in the series many people find mediocre, but I personally love. Okay, I'm talking about mediocre by your standards, Cody. If it's mediocre by your standards, would you still want to see more of that or nothing at all? That's my question. Let's see. Going down. Andres and Brayton, what are your kinks? Not gonna answer that.
Message me after the show and I'll tell you.
Question.
It involves Mechagodzilla and no.
Cody Bratch says, question, what are some of your favorite scenes in film history? All of them!
All the scenes in all the movies that Inshoma and I talk about in our special podcast, Review All Movies, which you should go listen to. There, I pimped it out again.
Yeah. Let's see. What movies do you guys love but everyone else hates? Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster for me.
Yeah. As in, yeah, I hate that, but you love it.
Oh, okay. Luke said Nyx was the final boss from Persona 3. Okay, I forgot what the final boss from Persona 3 looked like. It's been years since I've played that game. Let's see. Andres, would you survive in Monster Planet? Fuck no. Let's see. Can either of you shoot a laser from your tail? I wish I could do so, Crooked. I wish every day I could do so.
We can only aspire to be that ridiculous.
Let's see. Going down. Dillo Fellow says, I can just imagine it. Brayden is taking a shower. Andres is just appearing behind him, telling him to get ready for another episode of Audio Synchronicity.
I mean, that's what happened today, kind of.
Elbo's messaging you. It's like,
hey, Brayden, I need you tonight. Whoa, Andres, how'd you get in here?
I've always been here, eating your Cheetos.
You then said, "See you around, kid," and disappeared. And I was like, "No!" And you were on some rock somewhere in Japan.
Or what was it like? It's like that scene from the Sandlot where what was his name? Babe Ruth shows up in that kid's room. What was it that he says? Like, oh, it's like, wait, Andres, don't go. It's like, it's alright, kid. It's like, people die, but legends live forever. And then I'm like,
but in this scenario, I'm just trying to make you get out, and you're quoting the movie, but I'm just throwing things at you, trying to get you to leave.
Yeah, you're trying to stay just to keep giving you an inspiration, failing to give you an inspirational speech.
Just get out of here! I'm nude. Have you no decency?
Hey man, legends live forever.
What does that even mean?
I'm gonna take these Cheetos, by the way.
No!
Not the party size. I need them.
They sustain me.
Let's see. Question: do size inconsistencies in giant monsters bother you? How egregious do they need to be for you to notice? I rarely notice it. Mostly because I'm more engaged in like the fights that are happening on screen. Unless it's like, it has to be something extreme like Hanna-Barbera Godzilla, where the boat can be the size of Godzilla's hand to the point where he needs to hold it with both hands. Or like he can hold one person in his hand, or he's big enough to hold all the entire cast in one hand.
Yeah, I love the movie, but I'll be honest, like some of the things in '84 kind of like confused me for a minute, like taking me out of it with the foot and like the guy, his first appearance with that.
They never scale up everything. They never really put the foot to scale. Yeah.
Well, and then there's the shot with the guy just looking up at him, and he's big, but he's not like enormous as you would expect. Yeah. Where it's just stuff like that in that movie kind of sucked me out for a minute. I'm like, wait, come on, but
come on.
Hey, come on, Toho, you've done better work than. Oh wait,
no. Let's see. Planet of the Monsters should have more monsters and not just Godzillas and serve them. There's a lot more problems with Planet of the Monsters than just that, my friends. Question: favorite food? Pizza, pepperoni and black olives pizza.
Chicken. I love chicken. All types of chicken. I
Hmm.
indiscriminately love chicken. Grilled chicken, especially.
Let's see. Question: do you think Godzilla Planet of the Monsters should have been an animated version of Final Wars? I don't see why not.
I think if Final Wars was animated, a lot less people would be upset at it. Because it I don't know, it just as a person who doesn't watch anime, it feels like it's very much an anime kind of story. With the characters that they have in there.
It's definitely very over the top and exaggerated.
Yeah. I still love it though. I don't care.
But
no, if we got a prequel to Final Wars though, and that was the anime, I'd be over the moon about it. Are you kidding?
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. I'd love to explore that universe.
Yeah. Get Don Fry back in voice, doing like he could be the protagonist where you have Don Fry. you have narration throughout.
There's shit you don't know about the Earth. One is me. The other is Godzilla.
Sometimes there's a kaiju. Sometimes there's a kaiju.
Sometimes there's me. Sometimes there's Godzilla. Let's see. Question: how do you feel if the best way to deal with cyberbullying? How do you feel is the best way to deal with cyberbullying, both for being a kaiju tokusatsu fan and just in general? I'd say ignore it. Don't give the bully.
Depending on the extent of it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they're like harassing you and doxing you, then that goes too far. But if it's just like plain old leaving a mean comment on you in your feed, just ignore it.
There's a difference between. Yeah, there's a difference between that like extent and then like what they've done to like Chris Chan.
Ooh.
They're like the two polar opposites.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Thank you, David. Calm down.
Ooh. I would love to see. This is horrible to say. I'd love to see people pull the same shit on Chris Chan. See what happens if they pull it on David.
Oh my God! And you're his friend. What are you saying?
Essentially, that's what we've already done to him.
That's
we've
true.
We've already broken his psyche. Okay, let me scratch that. Mostly you and Patrick and Joseph have been doing that to his psyche.
Yeah, there's a third man, Joseph. Yeah.
Yeah. You've already broken him. Now he wraps himself in a blanket eating a banana.
See, we've done it in a fun kind of way, though. We've done it with good intentions. We're kind of,
we didn't have to set
breaking
him up
the spirit
we didn't have
in
to
a good-natured kind
we
of
didn't
way.
have to set him up on a fake date, only to cock block
Find
him.
out it was Brayton all along in a wig,
and then pretend that he's been cock blocked by a man in a pickle suit. That's my favorite
that's
story.
Actually a pretty good idea. We're using that on David. Don't tell him about this podcast.
Don't worry, he never watches our stuff.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Let's see. But yeah, as for cyberbullying in general, just ignore it. Don't give the bullies what they want, and I think you'll be fine. Look at me. And meanwhile, I'm like a crying mess inside. All around me are familiar faces. Let's see. Question: of all the kaiju in the Kaiju vs. Cancer Project, who are your top 5, not counting Draco Azul? Let's see. Probably will have to be Dorugan, Durantis, Kadoja, Atomic Rex, and...
Andres, you're scaring me.
Snazzy Chapo.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing. That sounds like some snazzy chaps.
He's like a cartoon raptor with a fedora.
Oh, fun.
Well, let's see. Andres, is this interesting to have Godzilla talk to Mothra like in Ghidorah, and he promised to protect Japan against kaiju, but will destroy Japan if the military attacks him?
We must prevent Japan from producing any more of that.
That's my answer, yeah. I'll go with that. Let's see. Crooked Lord, leave Bell out of this, Brayton.
Sorry.
Godzilla King Kaiju. Andres, why does everyone shit on Battle for Earth? I would tell you to watch my review, but it's been blocked by Toho, so wait until I re-upload that review.
No.
Question.
You win this round, Toho.
Question: What Japanese franchise you're upset that everyone forgot about? Japanese franchise that everyone has forgot about. Huh. Japanese franchise that people have forgotten about. Let's see.
Gamera.
Yeah, that's an obvious one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. I'll default to Gamera. Boring answer, but yeah, sure. Let's.
There's nothing boring about Gamera. You've just upset the 2 Gamera fans in the audience.
Hey guys, I have to go near the start of the stream. What you talking about? We talking about answering questions.
Yep.
In that case, hell no. Either quality Godzilla films or none. Lol. Question, what's your thoughts on the Jurassic Park movies? Number 1, favorite movie of all time. Number 2, decent popcorn flick. Number 3, okay-ish island event survival movie. World, it was okay. I liked it a lot when I first saw it, but in repeat reviewings, it's just merely okay. So it's
okay.
He's okay. It's just ranged from great to okay.
What are your thoughts on Jurassic Park 5 / Jurassic World 2 / Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom?
He's okay.
Okay.
Let's see. Who would win a battle, in Shoma or Crooked Lore? Or would it be destroyed by a giant robot version of Agatha Christie?
Ooh. I like that outcome.
Me too. I'll go with Agatha Christie.
Yep.
Other than yes, as my default answer. Question, thoughts on Japanese Transformers series? I've only grown up with with 2 of them that came to America. I've grown up with Transformers Robots in Disguise, which I barely remember anything from it, and Transformers Armada, which I remember enjoying a lot back then. And I never grew up with Transformers Energon or Cybertron because they were horribly animated with those stupid CG robots. Let's see. I do love the theme song for Headmasters, though. That I liked. I listened to often, but never actually saw the series itself. Question, what's the worst ripoff ever? Draco Azul.
Aww.
He's the worst ripoff of Super Robots. Japanese Super Robots.
He's my favorite Japanese super robot, Andres.
Thank you, Brayton. I appreciate that. Let's see.
You can pay me later.
Let's see. In Shoma, like our characters for us, if it is fighting, then I think we both lose. Question, favorite Pixar film? Toy Story. It's boring, but that's I gotta go with that. No. Actually, maybe I'll go with Monsters Incorporated.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, either Monsters, Inc. or The Incredibles for me.
Let's see. Favorite? No. Worst Heisei Godzilla movie in terms of special effects? Space Godzilla.
Oh, far and away.
Question, thoughts on the Rodan film? It's good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lost my place again due to the influx of new comments. Okay, found it. Andres and Brayton, gay couple confirmed someone called the Illuminati. I'm sure many people would wish that was the case.
Oh my god, don't ship us. You're tearing this podcast apart.
Let me guess, you're still in love with Patrick, aren't you, Brayton?
Shut up, Andre, shut up.
You shut your whore mouth.
What happens in that hotel room stays in that hotel room.
Question, what's your favorite candy? My favorite candy is a Mexican candy called Pelo Pelon Rico, which is kind of like this chamoy tamarindo flavored, like sweet, spicy flavored candy. Let's see. Sorry, just going to answer a message right here. Think we might have our guest here.
Oh, I don't even know who it is. This is exciting. Wait, is it the guest that you tried to get on earlier?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I know who it is then.
Let's see. Going back. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, my favorite candy is that Mexican one I just mentioned before. Yours, Brayton?
I'm actually not a huge candy eater, but, like, I'm kind of a fan of licorice and Twizzlers. I don't know if that's popular or not. You've had Twizzlers, right? I assume.
Yeah, I know Twizzlers.
Yeah. I know Twizzlers.
Yeah, we go back.
But no, yeah, I'm a fan of Twizzlers and licorice and so I'm a Starburst guy too. I like Starburst. They're pretty okay.
Okay. Let's see. Steve Towle says, question, what team are you in? Team Flanders or Team Homer? No third party. Yes!
Diddly Hadley. Team Flanders, come on.
Let's see. Going down. Where's my Mad Max-esque Godzilla movie at Toho? That is way too ambitious for Toho to ever do, Brayton. I mean, to ever do, Dillo. Why did I say Brayton's name?
Oh, why'd you confuse me with Dillo?
I have no idea. Maybe it's because I was thinking of, like, you were just criticizing Toho, and, for their lack of ambition with Final Wars, so maybe that's why. Let's see. Question, what's your favorite final boss in a video game?
Mechagodzilla in Ready Player One, because that's technically a video game.
Very true.
Yeah.
Let's see. In all seriousness, there's nothing wrong with saying Bowser. Bowser's always fun.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Question, if the Planet of the Monsters trilogy ends, would there be more Godzilla anime? Why are you asking me? I don't know. I don't work for Toho.
No.
It's like these people.
They can't have someone with ideas work for Toho. Come on.
It's like there are always those people who like ask, like, do you think Godzilla 2 will happen? Do you think Godzilla 4 will happen? Or what do you think will be the monster in the next movie? It's like, why do you think I know all the answers?
Because you are all knowing, Andres. You are the fountain of knowledge that we all turn to in times of crisis.
I'm not fucking Nostradamus. Let's see. Where's my Godzilla movie directed by Sam Raimi at Legendary? Again, that's probably too ambitious, and Legendary, along with the rest of Hollywood, only wants to work with indie people with indie backgrounds that they can have more control over. Question, is Godzilla Earth an old man with dementia? Probably. Question, worst suit in Go Green Man. Never watched Green Man. Question, do you think Mechagodzilla should be a villain once again? Yes!
Yes!
Question, am I Brayden's cyberbully or is he mine?
That is a question for our souls and for yourself to answer, Crooked Lord. It goes both ways!
Andres and Brayden, what are your opinions on Mothra 92? It's mediocre.
Wait, Mothra 92, you mean the first rebirth of Mothra movie?
No. Godzilla versus Mothra.
Oh, okay.
The Battle for Earth.
Yeah, mediocre then. Yeah.
Question, how do you prefer movies? Dark and serious, campy or fun, or a healthy mix of both? Healthy mix of both, I would say.
I prefer movies to, have pictures that move in them. That's what I like in my movies.
I like my pictures with motion. I'm
a simple guy.
Pictures. Let's see. So, I see Belle and Augustine are not in your top 5. You were asking for monsters, Crooked.
They're not monsters, they're people.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
Let's see. A good Japanese franchise that people forgot. Mine would be Outlaw Star. Yeah, Japan doesn't give a shit about Outlaw Star, sadly. Nor do they give a shit about Cowboy Bebop. They don't even know that's a thing.
Nor do they give a shit about anything, do they?
No, they don't, unless it's like still popular, like One Piece, that has like 1 million episodes or 1 million remakes or 12 movies. Let's see. Damn you, Toho! Don't be blocking Andres' reviews, or else I will write angry comments on the internet. I love that comment. Let's see. Question. Let's see. Skipped ahead again. If an interdimensional DVD store let you rent a copy of any scrap kaiju film from a dimension where it was made, by whom it was planned, what would you rent? So basically, what canceled kaiju movie would you rent?
Godzilla versus Adam West Batman.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. Probably the one that almost got turned into Gunhead, where it was like Godzilla versus like Terminator.
Right. Cyberdyne, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Question: what do you think of the Vulture mecha from the new Godzilla anime? I think it's very bland and uninteresting. The wings remind me a lot of the mech designs from Gundam Seed, like the Strike Freedom and Destiny Gundams. But it's mostly shrouded in shadow, so I think it's okay. But I want to know if it has an actual head or not. Because that's the thing, I couldn't answer this question before, where somebody asked me what's my least favorite mech designs, and now I know. It's always those mech designs that look like a big giant cockpit with arms and legs, with no visible head. Like, to me, the more humanoid you can make a robot look, the cooler it looks to me personally. So I never like those kind of designs where it's just a pod with limbs. Or worse, a pod with legs and then like just guns it doesn't even have real arms, just guns strapped to the side. Like basically an AT-AT walker. No, AT-ST walker from Star Wars. I'm not a fan of those kind of mechs. Just like, cockpit with legs and then have some rocket launchers strapped to the sides of the cockpit.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I mean, I guess
is that kind of what the what were they, the Megabots were or whatever we watched that one time? No, they had features.
arms.
They had
Yeah,
arms.
they had
Yeah,
arms.
that was cool.
Yeah, the Japanese one had an actual head. The other one was a cockpit, but the cockpit was pretty stylish and had an eagle shoulder.
Yes.
Let's see. The Ed 209 is kind of like the embodiment of the walking mech pod, but the Ed 209 is super stylish, so I like that version. So yeah, it depends on whether or not the Vulture robot will have a head or not. Let's see. Andres and Brayton, Yaoi fangirl's worst nightmare. Damn straight. Let's see. Question, Brayton, what would you think about the totally real, not at all fake or made up 1929 film Count Orloff, the Jewish vampire?
It was a bit slow and a bit racist.
Let's see. Do you think that Batra can beat Mothra Leo? Who cares?
Yes. Oh no, who cares?
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Let's see. I love Inshalah's like Dragon Ball question. A Dragon Ball answer to that question. Let's see. Why is Mexican chili flavored candy so bad, yet so numerous? How dare you, sir? How dare you crap all over Mexican chili flavored sweet and sour and salty tangy candy? That's my shit right there.
Oh, you've hit a nerve.
Question, thoughts on Nadia Secret of Blue Water? I never saw Nadia Secret of Blue Water. Question, do you guys think that Toho should make other kaiju movies like a Mothra solo film or Rodan film? They will never do that, so no bother answering that question.
What if we get Shin Mothra and Shin Rodan?
Ooh.
Where they shoot purple lasers out of their orifices.
Let's see. Question, thoughts on Arby and the Chief? I don't know what that is. Thoughts on the Dark Crystal? Never saw that.
Oh, you've never seen that?
I have seen Labyrinth, but never Dark Crystal. I do want to see Dark Crystal, though.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Question, what is the worst reason to hate a movie you've ever heard from a person? Ooh, I know I've seen stupid comments like that, but I forgot at the moment. The worst reason... Okay, you hate something because it's overrated.
Uh-huh.
You hate something not because you think it's overrated, but because it gets too much praise from people.
Yeah.
Let's see. Or it's like, let's see. It's one of those, like, kind of like those, what's it? If you remember the Irate Gamer, the nostalgia critic, that angry video game nerd ripoff guy.
What a cowabunga piece of shit. That guy.
What a fucking piece of shit. What the hell? It's like, he takes, like, this one little minor nitpick and makes it seem like it's a big issue to the point where it makes the game automatically sucks because of this one tiny nitpick. So for me, like, for someone to hate a movie because of this one little nitpick, like, oh, I don't like that actor. Not that he was bad in this movie, I just don't like that actor. It's like, okay. Or it's like, It's like, I don't like that like Godzilla's breath is red in this movie. Movie sucks. Something that's like, completely irrelevant to the rest of the quality of the movie itself.
That it's campy, corny, and cheesy.
Yep. Let's see. Would you watch a movie that's basically the Avengers, but instead all the heroes are replaced by Godzilla and the kaiju? I thought that was actually no. Yeah, that was Destroy All Monsters essentially.
Yeah.
Question: do you need a monster to clabber that they're Oh, okay. This is from Kirby Right Back, a reference to Kirby Right Back at you. Do you need a monster to clobber that there Kirby?
Oh my god.
Yes, I do need a monster to kill Kirby. No, actually I wouldn't. Kirby is amazing. Nobody should ever hurt Kirby. Kirby only hurts them. Let's see. What's your question? What's your proudest achievement? Being able to wake up every day.
Right. This podcast.
Let's see. Question: favorite Tatsuya Nakadai performance? I don't know who that is.
Oh, I know the actor, but I can't really think of one off the top of my head.
Let's see. Currently inviting our secret guest to the chat.
Oh, everybody prepare yourself. Yep. I can smell the funkness of the 70s has entered, I think.
Let's see. Is our secret guest here?
The beast from the south?
I am. I'm here.
Hooray! After 3 months, we finally have the one and only Dylan McCandless here on Audio Synchronicity for the very first time. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Yeah, there's been a series of scheduling conflicts that have finally come to. I'm here now.
But yeah, who would have thought you'd be a very busy man outside the house?
Yeah, really.
It's like, I thought you hated the outside.
It didn't used to be that way. I used to have so much free time.
He just looks out of the window, stares at a tree, and frowns and closes the window. Never again.
That's not inaccurate.
Let's see. So right now we're probably going to extend, because you just got here, we'll probably extend our... We've been doing this for about close to 2 hours now, so we'll probably extend this for another, I want to say 15 minutes for the questions, or 15 or 20 more minutes since you're here now, Dylan. But thank you very much for being able to give us your time and being able to be on the show.
Oh, sure, yeah. I've wanted to be on for a while now, and here I am.
Yeah, here we are. Here you are once again. We're not torn into pieces.
No.
I don't know if anyone ever gets that old, like, early 2000s music song reference. Let's see. Question: would you like to see Legendary remake Destroy All Monsters?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be a bitch to try to accomplish, but sure. Unless they just
can do it well.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already crossed into just do whatever the fuck you want territory since they're doing Godzilla versus Kong. So
true.
So why not?
Yeah.
Can I cuss, by the way?
Oh, absolutely. Fuck yeah, man.
Thank God. This is going to be a very hard video, if not.
I don't think I've ever made cussing into like an off limits sort of deal.
Yeah. I haven't been on your channel in a while, so I wasn't sure what the rules were.
I get you, man. Let's see. Next question. You guys think I'm cool, right? Be gentle. I may be a crooked man, but I'm a sensitive crooked man.
Well, who asked is what I would have to know before I can answer that question.
My animator, Crooked Lore.
Oh. I mean, you animate things, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that's a point.
Yeah. That's a skill that many of us wish we could do, but cannot do.
You make still images move. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It doesn't make you cool. It just makes what you do cool. But no.
Right. Although being able to do a cool thing is a step in the right direction of being cool yourself. So, you're
half the
getting
battle.
there, man.
You're on your way, kid. You're on your way. I say, thinking that he's probably the same age as me. Let's see. Going down. Oop, lost my place again. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm almost there. Macross is basically a cockpit with legs. I disagree. Let's see. Question: could a kaiju zombie apocalypse movie work? I think practically anything can work. Just it all depends on the execution.
Are the kaiju zombies?
Or maybe he's talking about monsters with zombies. Like maybe the monsters spread a disease that turns people into zombies.
Is this like a Marvel zombie situation where like Godzilla and all the other monsters get turned into zombies? I feel like I need more details.
Yeah. Let's see. Thoughts on the mecha anime Zoids? I grew up with I forgot what it's called. I guess that's Chaotic Century. The one with the white Liger Zero, the white tiger robot. I grew up watching it on Toonami, I think, but it's been years since I've never had the chance to revisit Zoids after it was shown on Cartoon Network, so I don't really have a current opinion on it other than I liked it as a kid, and I actually bought a couple model kits back in the day. Did any of you ever grow up with Zoids?
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole list of anime that used to air on Toonami, and I would watch them every day. But to be honest, I was only really there for DBZ, and so I don't remember all of them very well.
Mm-hmm.
And Zoids kind of falls into that category. I remember really liking the designs of the robot creatures.
Uh-huh.
It was basically Gundam if they were animals, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, pretty much just what you said. I don't remember enough of it to really give an educated opinion.
Right. Now Gundam, like G Gundam and Gundam Wing, on the other hand, we can totally do that.
Yeah. Well, I've revisited those as well.
Yeah. And
but even before I revisited them, I had better memories of them than I do Zoids.
Right. And
like
for
a deep cut.
Mm-hmm. And for you, Brayton?
I have no idea what that is, but I bet it's cool.
Yeah.
I bet it has robots, and I bet it has, lasers and
yes.
things blowing up.
Yes. Let's see. Going down. Let's see. And Shoma says, Andres has never seen Dark Crystal. What's wrong with you, you Gundam watching freak?
Yeah.
Hey man, you don't need to go that far.
Have you really never seen Dark Crystal?
I never seen Dark Crystal. Is it available on Netflix?
I'm not sure. I doubt it, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Let's see. Question. In Mechagodzilla...
I'm sure it can be found somewhere on the internet, though. You know.
Most likely. Question. In Mechagodzilla 93, do you think it's possible Rodan killed baby Godzilla's mother, or do you think she might have already been dead? I think it's the later rather than the former. Let's see.
Yeah. Isn't it just supposed to be like a cuckoo bird situation?
Yeah, in fact, that's pretty much what they explained right away when baby Godzilla hatched. They're like, oh, maybe they just laid their egg in another place.
So the mother probably died millions of years ago when the dinosaurs went extinct, and then the eggs were just dormant until they woke up for some reason.
Yeah,
that's always the big stretch for those Godzilla movies. It's like, oh, these dinosaurs laid dormant for millions of years.
Yeah. Let's see. Dillafilla says favorite film that Teruyushi Nakano worked on, and Teruyushi Nakano, he was essentially like the Eiji Tsuburaya after Eiji Tsuburaya died. He took his place as special effects director, and he pretty much did all the 70s Godzilla movies. So I'm gonna have to say,
as well as 84 too, /85.
Oh yeah, he did 84 as well. I'm gonna say maybe the Mechagodzilla movies are I'm not really sure which one to put in terms of like, you know what? I'm probably gonna go with the first Mechagodzilla as my favorite of his, in terms of his special effects work.
I'm pretty bad with Japanese names. Did he do Battle for Earth?
No. This is the 70s Godzilla special effects guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that Mechagodzilla.
Kawakita did.
Kawakita, yeah. Kawakita was the 90s guy. Mr. I prefer aesthetics over functionality.
Oh, well, then I gotta go for
Sparks, Andres.
Well, then I gotta go for my main man, Terror of Mechagodzilla, with all the explosions and the dying and the
badness and the lady and the hoe with the cyborg and the things
hoi.
and the hoi now Dean.
Interesting thing, Andres. The Dark Crystal not on Netflix, but there is an upcoming Netflix TV show it serves as a prequel to the Dark Crystal.
Oh yeah, I remember there was like an announcement that something like that was in the works.
I had no idea that was going to be a thing.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Crooked says, question, how do you feel about a lot of TV shows like DC Comics CW series shoving their political beliefs in their series? I've always been of the belief that you can have whatever message you want, be it political or social or whatever, as long as it fits naturally within the story and that the message doesn't overshadow the story. You know, it depends on execution. Just make it feel natural. Don't make it like stick out and sore thumb. Don't try to shove the message down the person's throat. Just let the people enjoy the story. And if you want to have some sort of thing in the background, you can do so. I feel like. I mean, heck, the first Godzilla itself is a political movie. But a lot of people can still enjoy it as a monster movie.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, examples of movies that have done this well. I mean, most recently, Black Panther.
Yeah.
You know, and then movies that have done it less well. You know, Godzilla versus Hedorah. In a similar vein, going to television, Captain Planet would probably be the main example of overly preachy message.
Really? Do you think that having Captain America directly state to the audience that the power is ours, not subtle at all, Dylan?
Yeah, and then don't even get me started on the AIDS episode.
Oh boy. Let's see.
Can we all agree that you guys remember the series finale of the Jim Henson Dinosaurs show?
Yes.
Can we all agree that I like the message, but it's fucking heavy-handed as fuck, and it's like comes out of nowhere.
I don't even remember what was.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah. Basically, what happens is like the dad causes the Ice Age to happen.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I guess
because he kills. What is it like they kill all of these bugs or something, and then that starts up vegetation, and then they wipe out vegetation all over the entire planet, and then they use nuclear bombs to like make it clouds come back somehow, and then all the nukes that they dropped cause like a nuclear winter or a worldwide winter to take place, and so the message is, hey, you know, take care of the earth, because and then like the last line of it's like,
Good
well,
night.
dinosaurs have been here for.
Oh, yeah,
there's that part too. Yes, but he's like, dinosaurs have been here for the X amount of years. It's not like we're all just gonna disappear, and then yeah.
And then at the very end, it's like this news report. It's like, good night and good luck, something like that.
And then they turned into birds.
Yeah, the lucky ones, anyways. Let's see. Question: thoughts on Die Buster? I never saw Die Buster because I knew it had no real connection to Gunbuster, but I have heard some really good things about it, so may check it out in the near future. Let's see. One person said secret guest is Logan Paul.
That would have been that. No, that's views right there.
Oh yeah.
I would say that Dylan is about the furthest thing from Logan Paul, though. Like, if you were to compare the two.
Yeah. Like, I've seen plenty of dead bodies, and I would never film one. That's stupid.
Let's see. Joel Davis says, "Hey, Dylan."
Hi, Joel. You share a name with an MST3K person.
How do you get down from space?
Primal Graphenosaurus Rex says, what got you into Super Robot Wars? The Super Robots, of course. Actually, it was the Game Boy Advance games that came to America, which, for whatever reason, they kept the Japanese title Super Robot Tyson, even though every time you see that name translated into English lettering in Japan, they always say Super Robot Wars. But yeah, the only two games that did not feature any licensed robots, all 100% original mechs, came to America, and that's how I got introduced to them. I saw some good reviews. Those chibi mechs looked really cool and cute, and I eventually discovered the Super Robot War series. Let's see.
And then you
Next,
found out
yep.
about how the other games had licensed robots in it, and you were pissed because you
Yes.
were stuck playing with the original one.
Right. It's like, what? You mean I had to? There are games where I can play as a Gundam instead of playing as a character that kind of looks like a Gundam?
Yeah. That's like years in the Dragon Ball Z fandom. Every couple of years, it'd be like, look at this awesome game. It's only in Japan.
Yeah, like that thing, Dragon Ball Heroes, where it had like all these cool, neat little transformations that never appeared in the anime. Like,
Yeah, at least we got a Xenoverse, which is kind of the
Right,
follow-up
yeah.
to that. So at least we finally got in on that action. But
let's see. Question: Thoughts on the Spider-Man movies? They're all mostly great, and even if those that are not so great, they still got some good points to them.
I would rank them as follows. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the worst piece of shit I've ever sat through in a theater. Followed by Spider-Man 3, which is fun. And then I guess the first Amazing Spider-Man, which I don't think is that bad.
Yeah.
And then the first Tobey Maguire one.
Uh-huh.
And then Homecoming, and then Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is still probably will always be my favorite. But maybe I'm biased because Doc Ock's my favorite Spider villain.
I think my ranking would pretty much be yours. Let's see. Exerm Central says, what are some works of kaiju fiction literature you'd like to see adapted into movies? Definitely Atomic Rex, and it's certainly not because our author's a friend of mine. I say as I lie through my teeth.
I would like to see Draco Azul. I think that would be pretty awesome.
Yay.
I would also like to see Draco Azul because maybe I could get some residuals off design that thing.
In fact, I'm just gonna screw you over, Dylan, like how Stanley screwed over Jack Kirby.
Oh, damn it! I got Bill fingered.
Oh, don't say that. I don't want to hear about Bill getting fingered. We don't need that on this podcast. That's undope. Undope. Moving on.
Question: what do you think of the dark Pokédex entries from Pokemon? I didn't know about dark Pokédex entries. Is it
I don't know what that is.
Is it like just like the Pokédex from Pokemon, except it just describes all these Pokemon with like Samuel L. Jackson style? Like, look at this motherfucking Pikachu here.
Is there like secret information in there that the regular Pokemon trainers aren't supposed to know about, or some shit? I don't know. I don't know what that is. I haven't kept up with that franchise in so long. It's ridiculous.
Let's see. Primal Graphenosaurus Rex says, question: why is Space Thunder Kid so awful? Because, let's see, Space Thunder Kids, wasn't that like an anime? I'm not sure if it was like a Korean anime or a Japanese anime where they just traced over footage of Mazinger Z and Gundam and Raideen and stole character designs. And then it was like mashed together into an awful English dubbed compilation movie, I think.
See, what I like about this question is you describing it is also the answer to the question. That's why it was awful.
Yeah.
Everything you just said.
Let's see. Next, Crooked answered, a kaiju makes humans into zombies. That's what I was going with.
Oh, that could be cool, actually. That's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's Trump's America, though. I'm pretty sure that already happened in real life.
Or even if you didn't want to go like traditional zombies, you could have it turn them into like some sort of a mutated, thing. That could be very interesting.
Yeah. Question: do you think Planet of the Monsters could work in 2D animation wise? No, because you'd still have the same boring ass story.
Yeah.
It would slightly look better.
There are ways that you could do that story a lot better than it was done, but simply translating it into 2D would not do it. It would certainly be less of an eyesore, and that's a step in the right direction. I will say though that I'm holding out hope ever since we got the trailer for the second one, because it does look to be much more exciting than the first one, which was honestly just so dull.
That's why I keep saying it feels like that's the last third of the movie that they forgot to add into the first movie.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's like, oh shit, we sent the movie out, but we left an entire film reel here in the basement.
Yeah, it actually does feel exactly like that, because when the big Godzilla shows up at the end and they realize that they've only killed like a small one, and they get separated, and he wakes up and sees like the native girl there. It feels like the end of the second act in a regular movie where like everything's at its lowest, and then they have to spend the third act building themselves back up. That's exactly what it feels like.
Yeah.
We got 2 acts of. Actually, we only really got 1 act of a movie because there wasn't nearly enough exposition.
Uh-huh. Let's see. Question: who would win in a fight, Deadpool or the Penny Plungerer? You know my answer to versus questions. Yes.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who the Penny Plunderer is. Therefore, Deadpool.
Let's see. Andres, I have a question. Do you know how they did Ghidorah's middle head blowing off? Or no? I'm pretty sure they just used wires and explosives.
Pretty sure they blew his fucking head off. I think.
Yeah.
I think that was made pretty clear.
Yeah. That's the joy of those kinds of effects. You just sort of do it.
Let's see. Question: best use of color in films?
Yeah, I can tell you what film really started me thinking about color, and it was actually Pacific Rim, because I listened to the director's commentary, and he goes into a lot of detail in that about how they selected specific colors, like associating the kaiju with the color blue, and using the color red a lot when in association with the heroes. Little stuff like that. Putting a blue streak in what's her name's hair to kind of give her like an air of mystery, since that color has been associated with the monsters. Little things like that.
I see. Yeah. That's a very good one. Let's see. It's always funny because color has always been the thing I criticize in movies for not having enough of, but I've never really stopped to think about movies that had good uses of color. Oh, yeah. I do want to say Dick Tracy. I do love the oversaturatedness of that film.
I would also say that Blade Runner has a very good use of color, atmosphere, and light and shadow.
Very true. Sin City does it very drastically by only highlighting certain key elements of its movie with color.
Right. They do the same thing in that Spielberg movie about the Holocaust, don't they?
Yes, with the pink
I don't know.
sweater.
Schindler's List. Yes.
I don't know why I blanked on the name.
Schindler's List, which Andrew puts side by side with Gamera 2 as a great film. I don't know why he compares those two, but he does.
That's a very interesting comparison. Not at all apples and oranges.
Oh, I know.
Let's see. Questions. Thoughts on Darling of the Franks? I don't know what that is. Let's see. Cody says, question: do you have the grand high ruler of yes versus the supreme overlord of no? Who wins? Always. Question: best classic movie poster.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I like the original King Kong poster. Let's see.
Yeah, that's a great one. God, I'm gonna think of one later, and it's gonna piss me off.
I know it's like with classic, like if we're talking like Golden Age Hollywood, a lot of the posters kind of feel a bit samey, where it's just a bunch of like floating heads over the title.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I've always liked the Casablanca poster though, just because I love the big red like text for the title. The font I think is really cool.
That is true. Yeah, I was just thinking of that.
That's a good one. Well, and then of course you get into the 80s, and there's a whole bevy of like really good hand-painted posters.
Mm-hmm.
I miss movie posters. They're all very similar Photoshop jobs now. With like, I think Red Letter Media described like the way to make a big action movie poster now is to put your main character really tiny in the foreground, and then something really imposing in the background, with some text at the top.
Yeah. Well, there's also the new Marvel approach, which is how many characters can we fit on this poster?
With no masks. Let's see. The Universal movies had really great posters with their
yeah, that's true.
Their faces
I love the
just
classic.
right there.
Yeah, you'll notice a lot of drive-in movies, like B-movie monster movies of that era, have great posters.
Creature from the Black Lagoon, holding the woman in his arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love the classic image of Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, where you just see them fucking duking it out,
Ooh,
which is
yeah,
exactly
yeah.
what you want out of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and Forbidden Planet is also one of my favorite posters with
Ooh.
Robbie the robot holding the girl in his arms. I think that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Let's see. More posters. Let's see. Yeah, that should answer the question. Ooh, I guess they did a similar thing with The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see.
One of my least favorite of the franchise, but Battle for the Planet of the Apes has a pretty good poster. The one where the gorilla's like
Ooh.
holding the gun over his head.
Yeah. Let's see. Going down.
Yeah, the studios put a lot of work. They used to put a lot of work into their posters because that's how they would, more so than movie trailers, that's how you would sell your movie, is you just put those out like in front of the theater in the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
And, people say, oh, hey, look, that has a cool spaceship looking thing in it. Let's see that. And then the movie was a total letdown, but it was a cool poster.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's so much reliance on,
Photoshopping.
trailers and online, viral marketing that they don't really put as much effort, I don't think, into the poster itself.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the original Star Wars trilogy always had really good posters.
Fuck yeah.
Both in their original posters and even the re-releases from the 90s. I really like the re-release version of the Empire Strikes Back poster. It's like one of my favorites, with the big Vader head at the top and the Star Destroyer coming at the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always like foreign posters for like Star Wars too. Are really cool, like how they take put different spins on it and different unique kind of art styles.
Oh yeah.
Japanese posters in general, they seem to put a lot more dynamic effort into there. I mean, you remember the Kong Skull Island, the Japanese poster a couple years ago?
Oh yeah.
And now
amazing.
the new Primal Rage, the new Rampage movie poster in Japan.
Yeah.
Let's
I think
see.
Thor Ragnarok also had like a really cool one. I don't remember what it looked like.
Let's see. Primal Graphenixaurus Rex says, question, what made you go to Japan in the first place? Money. No, yeah, it was a job.
Okay, Mr. Krabs.
Money. Let's see. Question, thoughts on Beast Wars? It's fucking great. Let's see. Thoughts on Animorphs? It's one of those things where I remember watching the TV show, but I barely remember anything about it. I just remember the toys were god-awful, and I never read any of the books.
I tried to read one of the books once when I was in like elementary school, and I just couldn't get into it. I think it's one of those things that you kind of have to know where to start, and I didn't. And I was like, this is just nonsense.
Did you ever grow up with Animorphs, Brayton, or is that way before your time?
That's before my time, man. You people are old and
And
I don't know about
and
these.
icky.
And gross, God. What?
He don't remember reading the Animorphs or the Goosebumps or the Fear Streets.
Fear Street. Wow, that's a name I haven't heard in many years. A long time. Let's see. Do you even know what Animorphs are, Brayton?
No, you guys have to keep in mind, like, I'm 10 years younger than you all. I don't know what any of these things
Okay,
are.
so back
Do
in
you,
our
do you
day,
know what? Do you happen to know what Manimal is? Because it's basically that.
Oh,
but
well,
there's a
I know
whole
what
bunch of
that
them.
is.
imagine Manimal combined with Power Rangers.
There's
Imagine
like a whole team of Manimals, and
but they're
each of them
teenagers.
transforms. Go Google
Google.
Animorphs and look at some of the book covers. They're insane. Like a lot of them are cool, like a kid turning into a tiger. But then, like as the series went on, they just ran out of cool animals. So it's like a woman who turns into a duck. Like it's crazy shit. Like that.
I'm not gonna see a lot of weird furry fan art though, am I? If I look this up, I don't want.
I mean, you might, but
It's the internet after all.
not that I've come across.
Let's see. Someone says, "What's the most complex suit that Toho has ever made?" I want to say Godzilla, the Burning Godzilla, because there's all. It's like basically the Godzilla suit, but with all the electrical wires and light bulbs inside of it, and the see-through sections of the suit that make up those red portions.
I imagine the first time they tried to pull off Ghidorah, it was probably pretty challenging.
Ooh, yeah, true.
And then after that, I guess they figured it out.
Is Biolante a suit, or is that just a puppet, like the adult form?
I feel like there's a man inside who's controlling like the head portion. You're right. I changed my answer to Biolante at that point because it's like a gigantic puppet, but with someone in the middle, kind of operating that head.
Yeah, that's the most like intricate like monster kaiju I think they've ever put together. With all the puppeteers they'd have to operate all the little tentacles and the everything that goes along with that.
I think the most intricate suit from the original Ultraman series was probably the one that's just two guys in a horsey costume.
Oh, don't even say that. Don't mention Dodongo around here. That's a dirty word. Just the giant party horsey suit is the worst thing.
Okay. So...
Whenever in Shoma or Andres will try to tell me about the great things that the Ultraman franchise has to offer, I just think of Dodongo and Wu, and I'm immediately scared shitless and leave that shit alone.
Sorry. I wish I still had it. I once drew an image of Ultraman riding Dodongo. Based off the classic Napoleon painting where he's on the horse and he's like pointing and the horse is reared up.
Actually, if you go back to your Facebook account and look at your old profile pics, you'll probably find it.
Was that one of my profile pics? I don't even remember.
In fact, I'm gonna check right now.
I don't even remember what used to be a profile pic or not. It's been a long time.
Basically, whenever you made something that's genius, you would share it as a profile picture. So since we're at the 20-minute mark of the hour, I'm going to cut off the questions from here, and I'll just read whatever's left. And the last comment was from Primal Graphenosaurus Rex. Will Bray never watched Gunbuster? We'll stop right there. Let's see. So
that sounds like a next time on Audio Synchron. Will Brayton ever watch Gunbuster?
What's this? Brayton puzzled by a question.
Let's
Tune in next week. Same synchronized time, same synchronized channel.
I found it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Let's see.
Nice.
I'm going to download it so that it can be saved for all eternity.
Yeah, because a lot of the stuff I drew got lost with the old laptop, so
yeah,
I saved what I could.
Let's see, I'm actually going to share it on the stream right now, if that's okay with you.
I don't remember how good it looks. Fine. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Adding image. Let's see. Okay. Gonna look for browse. Saved on my desktop, so that the whole world can see and it will be on the internet forever. Okay. And now just gonna center it. Let's see. Fit to screen. There we go. So now everyone can see the genius that is of Ultraman riding Dodongo like in Napoleon style. Let's see.
Wonderful.
Let's see. Okay, so Dillo Fellow said, favorite Godzilla film directed by Masaki Tezuka, who did Godzilla vs. Megaguirus, Against Mechagodzilla, and Tokyo SOS. I'm going to say Against Mechagodzilla. I feel like it had the most solid cast.
I'm seeing the image now. That's pretty amazing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So for your guys, among the more militarized Millennium Godzilla movies.
Sorry, what was the question?
Favorite film directed by Masaki Tezuka, who did Megaguirus, Against Mechagodzilla, and Tokyo SOS.
Oh, out of those three, definitely not Megaguirus. I guess. I guess Tokyo SOS.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird. I go back and forth on those so often. Everybody's like, "Oh, which one do you like better?" And I'm like, I don't really know, to be honest.
Yeah, I've always liked Tokyo SOS better, but to be fair, I haven't seen it in quite a while.
I think it's just the addition of Mothra, and I'm like, oh, now shit's going on.
Yeah. Let's see. Exerm Central says, question for Andres. Of all Matt Danian's books, which one would you like to see made into movies? Definitely Chimera Scourge of the Gods. I feel like feels like the most original out of all of them. Next question. Do you think a solo Hedorah film could work? Not really. Unless you have like a really good way to fight Hedorah or a good way of like combating it without bringing in Godzilla into things.
Oh, come on! You're saying those two toaster walls they set up weren't a good way of where it took him like 5 hours to get between them. Wasn't a good.
I've always wanted to see Hedorah reincorporated as a Mothra villain. I think he makes more sense as a Mothra antagonist than he does a Godzilla antagonist.
Yeah.
Because Earth and Captain Planet and all that. I recently came to the conclusion that like a Japanese tokusatsu version of Captain Planet would be way better, because it would be a team of Japanese teenagers with magic rings, and then they would summon a big Ultraman with green hair, and he would, beat the shit out of polluters.
Yeah. Don't pollute, motherfucker, or else I will give a hoot.
Yeah, I'd much prefer Hedorah to that flying squirrel lizard thing from Mothra 2, whatever that was.
Oh god,
what was
definitely.
that?
Especially since that whatever that thing was called was it clearly wanted to be Hedorah. Like,
yeah.
I don't know why it wasn't Hedorah. I don't know if there was some sort of rights dispute going on or something.
Maybe they just decided to go with the safest route and just made some boring dragon hybrid thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it has similar powers to Hedorah. It has a similar effect on the environment. Like, I really don't understand why it's not just Hedorah.
Yeah. Let's see. Cody says, Dylan, any possibility of new installments of Kaiju Spotlight in the near future?
I mean, anything's possible. It's all a matter of I got to do some tinkering with the format. I'm not entirely happy with it. I've never, to be honest, I've never been entirely happy with it. So I got to figure out how I'm gonna do it. But at some point, sure, why not?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I think at this point I'll just take down the Ultraman image right there. Okay. So, question, what opinions have changed since your early videos?
Oh god. That's a good question.
Let's see. Have any of my opinions changed? I think, yeah, I tend to look at Godzilla 2014 in less of a positive light. In a more negative light, but I still like the movie. Where it's like, before I think I gave it a 4 out of 5, but I think I would move it down to like a 3 out of 5, where it's like, it's decent enough.
I would say that some of the stuff from Bill and I's DBZ movie reviews has probably changed. As the franchise has continued to evolve, and my relationship to it has continued to evolve. I haven't listened to those in a long time, but I can almost guarantee that there would be stuff that's different. I don't know though, because I don't really listen back to my old stuff that often, and after I record a thing, I pretty much immediately forget what I said in it. So it's hard to say.
Let's see. Question, in the Marvel Godzilla comics, who did you want Godzilla to fight in the Marvel Universe? Let's see. Probably the Hulk and Spider-Man. They were always my favorites.
Was Vision a thing at that point? I'm not sure if he was.
I don't remember seeing him. I can just do like a quick little glimpse at like the cover to that issue.
That would be cool. That would be cool though, because he could like phase into his body, which I don't think has ever been done. No, I kind of wish that they could get the rights long enough to do like a modern retelling of that story and like throw in a bunch of newer people.
Oh yeah, Vision was in the crossover.
Okay.
Let's see. Question, have you seen the trailer for The Meg? If so, what are your thoughts? Well, tune into the next episode of SOS to find out. But if you want to know right now, I'm kind of... It's like, it looks cool, but it doesn't really look anything different from the millions of other shark movies we have, other than it looks better.
Yeah, at some point I'll see it from like a red box or something, but I'm not going to rush out to the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Not for the Meg. I got Halloween and Predator coming out later this year. I ain't got time for the Meg.
Yeah.
Let's see. Andres, I have a question. Do you think that the 93 Mechagodzilla on the poster would have been a good design? Yes, especially now that we see it in toy form.
Oh yeah, I love the poster version of Mechagodzilla.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that's my favorite Godzilla movie poster.
Mm-hmm.
Not my favorite Godzilla movie, not by a long shot, but the poster.
Yeah.
That poster.
Let's see. One person said, "What I meant about dark Pokédex entries was that mentioned unsavory things about the Pokemon." Okay, I think the creepiest one was probably about Hypno. I'm not sure if either of you remember that yellow psychic Pokemon Hypno, where and I guess there was like a Pokédex entry that said that he would use his hypnosis to lure children from their sleep and take them away so he can do bad things to them.
Oh.
Either that or he would eat their dreams.
Hypno-wise, the dancing Pokemon.
Let's see. Crooked says, so we make fun of Shin Godzilla and Planet of the Monsters, but you had to mention that my La La Land joke in our crossover is an opinion not shared by the creators.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Question: what's bad about Gundam Reconquista in G? Probably misspelled that. Yes, you did. I don't know because I haven't seen it myself. Just that a lot of fans have complained that Gundam Reconquista in G, or as I like to call it, just G Rico. A lot of people complain that it is incomprehensible and that there's so much information thrown your way that you're not given any sort of time to take all that information in, because then the movie moves ahead to the next thing, and that I think it was just like it was a poorly paced story with just too much thrown at you in too little time.
I certainly get that impression based on the title. Like, how do you even say that?
I know, it's like Reconquista was like a Japanese bastardization of the Spanish word Reconquista, and Reconquista is Spanish for reconquest.
Right.
Recapture in G. So it's like
in G?
Yeah, it's Reconquista in G. So it's like you're recapturing a Gundam?
That's not even how words work. In G? Shouldn't it be of G?
Japan already has a long history of bastardizing English. So now they're bastardizing Spanish as well?
Yeah,
and they're trying to
them.
combine them. In is not a Spanish word.
My God.
This is why I stick to G Rico as its title. And
that's like all those.
Yeah.
There's like all those like post-apocalyptic stories where like the languages have just fused into like some sort of weird what's the one called from A Clockwork Orange where there's just a bunch of Russian words thrown in with the English. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Let's see. If Steve Tao, if you're here, if you're still in the audience, you can give a brief little comment on the popular opinion of G Rico and why it was more of a miss than a hit. Let's see. Question: what is the worst comic ever, to you at least? Control
Primal Warrior Draco Azul.
That's not even a web comic.
Whatever.
Let's see. I know. What was it? Oh, that's easy. Sonichu.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I was gonna say like Control Delete looks pretty dull. So you're a cartoonist is really like you can just smell the stench of that right author / artist's ego. But yeah, Sonichu is easy. Question: have you noticed that there are not a lot of Hispanic comic heroes? All I can think of is Blue Beetle, Vibe, and Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider. But what about the greatest hero of them all, Crooked Lore? Miss America. Yeah.
Is she Hispanic?
She's an alien Mexican from a planet called Latinx, I think. She's
wonderful.
The writer literally turned Mexicans and turned them into literal aliens. I'm like, what the fuck are you thinking?
That's almost as bad as making immigrants the aliens from the Mysterians. It's just stupid.
I mean, I've always had my suspicions, Andres, but
to quote Walter White, "You got me."
That's where they come.
I get that the writer herself is a Mexican. She is Mexican, but it's like, why would you do that? And
maybe that's where she comes from. I don't know.
They had this interesting, according to what Matt Denian told me, they had this interesting idea where she trusts the Latinos of planet Earth because they resemble her race, and she has a mistrust of like of white people. It's like, okay, that's an interesting idea. Maybe that leads to like an interesting storyline where she learns to befriend more of the humans, not judge them on race. So she learns an important lessons in tolerance. But no, they treat her like it's totally dignified. It's like, hooray for promoting racism.
Well, isn't Miles Morales at least partly Hispanic?
Yes,
I mean, I know he's quote unquote the Black Spider-Man, but he's also, I mean, his last name's Morales, for crying out loud.
Right. Also, most people don't know that Spider-Man 2099 is also half Hispanic, half Mexican.
Oh yeah, Miguel something.
O'Hara.
Yeah.
He's half half Irish. He's got Miguel, but he's got the O'Hara.
Yeah. I mean, if you want another upcoming Latino comic book hero, then check out Primal Warrior Draco Azul.
Fuck yeah!
Coming soon to something. I don't know how that's getting released, but it will.
Through online distribution.
Oh my!
Print on demand distribution. Question: Thoughts on Zoo Tycoon, the game? Never played it.
Never played it, but if it's anything like Jurassic Park Builder, which I did play, then it's alright.
Let's see. Question: Have you seen Collider's top 10, top 11 great giant monster movies that aren't Godzilla? Or are you even aware of it? I'm not aware of it because I know Watch Mojo did their like top 10 underrated giant monster movies, and so they did the same. And it's funny because I was invited by Titan Goji to do a collab with him with other Godzilla YouTubers, and we all did a video just like that right before Collider and Watch Mojo did their thing.
I mean, do you remember that time that Watch Mojo released that awful video about Godzilla's origins, and they got half of it wrong? It was so poorly researched.
It's just so they spread themselves so wide and attempting to cover every single topic under the sun that they just half-ass. It's like they want to be a master of what's it called? What's the phrase? A jack of all trades. A jack of all trades, a master of none.
Well, and they have no time to research anything because they put out like, I don't know, like 10 videos a day or something. Like it's insane.
Yeah. Let's see. Favorite dinosaur documentary? Either Walking with Dinosaurs or that one that was animated in stop motion, that was narrated by or hosted by Christopher Reeves. I think it was called Dinosaur.
Definitely Walking with Dinosaurs. Go check it out if you haven't seen it in a long time, or if you're listening to this and you've never seen Walking with Dinosaurs, check that shit out. Some pretty dated CG now. I would actually love to see them go back and do like an HD restoration of it and update some of the CG, because it would be amazing.
Maybe portray the T-Rex with feathers.
Indeed. It's also a very important documentary in terms of the paleontological field, because a lot of the technologies that were developed, to help visualize the dinosaurs in that documentary are techniques that went on to be used in actual paleontology. There's a fascinating special feature all about it on the DVD. I recommend everybody to pick up. It's great, and the sequel series are also quite good for the most part.
Let's see. Godzilla King Kaiju said, Andres, I have a question. Why did Toho restrict your Heisei Godzilla reviews? Because once years ago I added trailers, like the full Toho trailers of the next movie I would be reviewing at the end of my reviews. And since I started monetizing my videos, maybe that's why Toho said, okay, if you're going to monetize these videos, then we can have you have trailer footage. And, they could have easily, just demonetized my videos or like block them in Japan or just monetize them themselves. But no, they just blocked it outright. So I was like, why? You had to go that far? Why, like, block it worldwide? I don't know. Why'd you have to go that far? But, yeah, they blocked it because I had trailers, full trailers in my videos.
I don't understand why they care about trailers, though. Like, that is a thing that's designed to sort of go out in the world. Like, wouldn't you want your trailer to, like, go viral in a sense? Like, wouldn't that be the aim?
Yeah, but
so you'd think that they would be like, yeah, share it all over the place. But I don't know.
Shouldn't they be busy? Shouldn't they be busy shutting down more Kickstarters with projects that have better CGI than they do? Shouldn't they be considering themselves that?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Toho isn't very savvy about that sort of thing. They demonstrated that on number of occasions.
It's really funny how they went out down and shut down Godzilla Heritage, but so far we haven't heard about them trying to shut down that weird Kaiju Girls thing. That was I don't even know if it's still happening or not.
Oh god, that's probably sanctioned.
Made somewhere in the dark web. Let's see.
So, somebody at Toho is into that shit, and he's like, let it ride.
Question: what similar qualities do Woody Woodpecker and Gamera have? Answer: no one gives a shit about them. Yep, as we.
I
mentioned
give a
before.
shit about Woody Woodpecker.
No, I think it's a reference to our comment last month where I said Gamera is the Woody Woodpecker of Japan.
Oh, okay.
No, he's not, because even Woody Woodpecker managed to get a new movie.
That is true.
Yeah.
Made in a different country.
It's awful. I haven't seen it, but the IHE review just makes it look so awful.
Yeah. Question: do you also hate that in a lot of superhero movies the main character hardly wears his mask, especially when they're supposed to have secret identities? Yes, but I understand why they do it, because so that the actor can have more screen time, so that future people can hire them based on their performance, and it's difficult for them to perform with a stupid mask.
Yeah.
The MCU films have been better about it than most. Like, they never wear their helmets like on the poster, but like most of the time, if they're fighting, they'll have on something.
Unless it's like the first Avengers, where Captain America conveniently has his mask ripped off.
Yeah. That happens a lot to Captain America. Interestingly enough, I think
nowadays he doesn't even bother with a mask.
Well, right now he's not using like the Captain America persona anyway, because he's pretty sure he's a war criminal now.
Yeah.
But
let's see.
The worst offender is probably Will Smith in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
He puts the damn mask on like maybe twice in the whole movie, and he only keeps it on for like, I don't know, a couple seconds. I'm like, that's the whole, like, that's Deadshot's whole aesthetic.
Mm-hmm. He was thinking, hell nah.
You mean with some kind of Suicide Squad?
Let's see. Hollywood. Inchoma says Hollywood, despite the advancements of writing and effects, is becoming more and more corporate-minded, and it's far less creative and artistic, choosing boring posters as a safe bet in advertisement. Primal Graphenosaurus Rex says, question: do you prefer a franchise over marketed to death or forgotten? I prefer Forgotten because it kind of gives it that hidden gem sort of deal, as opposed to that having a tainted legacy of, that thing that used to be popular. Kind of like what happened to, say, Guitar Hero, if you want to switch to video games. Remember when that was a thing, kids?
Everybody
just mentioned it. Wow.
Everybody was into Guitar Hero back in the day, and I was always terrible at it.
Let's see. Inshoma, Manimal meets Power Rangers sounds like that Dobutsu Sentai Juoger. Get that reference, suckers! I got it.
Is that the one that got turned into, what was it, like Jungle Fury? Or no, not Jungle Fury.
This is the one this is the one with the Minecraft cubes.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Inchoma, I got the reference. Alright, I didn't. Said Crooked. And then Primal Graphenosaurus Rex says, the last question for the podcast. Question, will Brayton ever watch Gunbuster?
No.
Alright.
You were supposed to leave that a mystery for next time.
Oh, damn it. I blew it. Do it again. Start the whole thing over again.
Do it again. I was looking.
Next time on Audio Synchronicity, will Brayton ever watch Gunbuster? Will Goku and Frieza ever finish fighting?
Let's see. Okay, going down. Let's see. Godzilla King of Kaiju clearly didn't listen to the fact that we were cutting off questions after this. Justin Tang, no, we're not taking questions anymore. Let's see. Sorry, Sean Barry, you're late. You won't get your question answered. You get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir! Let's see. Yes, Draco Zul is... No, actually, I won't get into his origins. Let's see.
That's a bit of a mystery, isn't it?
Kind of, yeah. Not so much once you read the first issue of Draco Zul. Let's see. Oh, no, Andres. She calls herself and other Mexicans Latinx, not Latin. And okay, I was slightly off there with the species, with their fucking species. Yeah, Latinx. That's a stupid ass name for Mexican aliens. Yeah.
I've actually heard of that before. Like, I don't know, like it's some like other like term that some people prefer to be called as opposed to Latino or Latina. I don't know. I don't get it.
I know that certain like Latino. It's kind of like the LGBT community where they come up with different name. From what I can tell, I could be totally wrong here. Where they come up with
probably are.
Maybe, yeah. After all, I am just a what do they call me? A cisgendered heterosexual male. So
that is what we call you, and how dare you?
my opinion doesn't matter. And
and you're so white that you don't even get the minority points that they hand out.
What are you talking about? Let's see, but it feels like there's never like a solid term. Like people are making within the LGBT community are making up new terms to refer to themselves.
You mean like how they keep adding fucking letters? Like eventually you're just gonna have to recite the damn alphabet every time you refer to them. It's gonna be fucking weird.
LGBTQQTP BIP plus whatever.
It used to just be LGB, right? Like that's what I learned. And then it was T, and then it, Q, and I don't know the other letters. I'm like, can we just come up with a simpler name? Can we just call you Rainbow People or something? Like I don't know. Something that doesn't require like a big complicated acronym. Like you're not Shield. Yeah, calm down.
With Latinos, I have seen the same thing where, from what I understand, people have different preferences as to what they want to be called. Some people prefer Latinos, some people prefer Hispanics, some people prefer Chicanos. But I know there are technical definitions of Latino and Hispanic. Hispanic refers to the fact that your ancestry is that of a Spanish-speaking country, which does not include Brazil because it speaks Portuguese. Latino refers to countries specifically from Latin America, which does not include Spain. So one name includes Spain, the other name does not include Brazil.
See, the rest of us like have terms that are like relate directly to our race. You guys like go into the nitty gritty of like, all right, what country are you from? You're from that one, okay? Then you're a this.
Yeah, LGBT BBQ.
BBQ.
Good one, Joseph. Let's see. So we do have a lot of questions here, but unfortunately we're going to have to wrap things up. So I'm very sorry we weren't able to answer those questions from you, Joseph, Sean, Justin, and Godzilla King of Kaiju, so we're gonna have to save those questions for next time. I did place a warning about 20 minutes ago, but it's okay. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us on a slightly longer episode of Audio Synchronicity, though thankfully not as long as the episode from 2 months ago. But I would like to give a big thank you to my good friend Brayton Connor for once again hosting this show with me and being by my side as my faithful partner in crime.
I'm basically tied to your leg right now, Andres. We have a ball and chain thing going on. I can't escape if I wanted to.
And of course, our special guest for this month, the always hilarious Mr. Dylan McCandless.
It was fun. I'd like to do it again in the future, given that the schedules work out in our favor.
Hopefully, man. Okay, imagine we'll just have to wait a couple more months for the planets to align for that to happen.
Right. It's basically the same deal as me posting a video. The stars align, a virgin jumps into a volcano, and then I know that it's time.
a blonde woman is sacrificed to the mighty Kong.
Yeah.
So I guess to pimp things out, I do want to make a big announcement that I was recently hired to be an editor on a giant monster comic from Thailand. Now, if you're someone who's familiar with the works of Garayan being a Thai artist from Bangkok, it's spelled his pen name is spelled Garayann. you've probably seen his kaiju stuff work, spread here and there across the internet, especially on DeviantArt, Facebook, and Instagram. Well, you probably have seen his kaiju, Nagorayar. Just send an image right there. So Nagorayar is this kind of like, his take on Godzilla, as well as a kaiju-filled universe with, mechs and robots and people and good monsters and bad monsters, kind of like your typical like Showa-esque or Godzilla Rulers of Earth kind of style of universe. Well, he was putting together a comic, and after I offered my services, he was more than happy to bring me on board as the official editor for the English version of Nagorayar Kingdom of Monsters, Volume 1, I believe. So yes, because this is only like the first. These are like 3 chapters of an ongoing story, and so it was a lot of fun being able to work with him on Nagorayar Kingdom of the Monsters. And so this comic will actually be making its big grand debut at the Thailand Toy Expo. And from May 3rd to the 6th, I don't know if I have any audience, any viewers who live in Thailand, but if you are there, you can pick up the Thai version or the English version at the convention. And then after that, Garayan will plan to release or distribute his comic internationally, hopefully via his company's website, K Productions, which is a company that's kind of like a toy company that he also makes Nagorayar themed merchandise for, such as buttons, stickers, and even those little rubber eraser figures. Do you guys remember those things? Like at like Scholastic book fairs at your elementary schools, they would sell little like miniature figurines that are actually made of that same eraser rubber material.
Oh yeah. I also had like these things that were like little monster toys. They were like these dinosaurs, but what they actually were like pencil holders. It was crazy. They used to sell all kinds of weird shit at those book fairs.
Mm-hmm. Well, thankfully, if you're, they are providing that. So, yeah, you can be on the lookout for Nagorayar Kingdom of the Monsters. It's a really fun book. The art is amazing. I highly recommend everybody to, if you're interested, to check out the book once it's available. And, please spread if you enjoyed the book, when you get your hands on it, please spread the word on it. Can't tell you how much I, have a lot of admiration for what Garayan is trying to do, where, he's this dude who, despite living in another country, has this immense love for this, the same kind of media that we enjoy, giant monster movies and anime and all that stuff. And he wants to share that kind of love and uses that as inspiration to create something that he wants to do. Very similar to what I hope to do with Draco Azul with, my love for giant monsters and robots. And so, this guy's going out of his way to, try to spread create something original and new and tries to spread it with the world. And I'm very grateful that he allowed me to have that chance in helping him do just that. Nagorayar will be coming soon, hopefully in May, after the Thailand Toy Expo. And so please keep a lookout for that. You can follow Garayan on Instagram, DeviantArt, and Facebook, although he mostly he updates more frequently on Facebook and especially Instagram. So you can check out his 2 Facebook pages. Actually, he has Planet G and Garayan's Universe, although I think he updates Planet G more often than his other Facebook accounts. And thank you very much, Inshoma, for the congratulations. Let's see. Also, in case you didn't know, Garayan, he is the same person who has also been working on another project you've probably heard of called Daikaiju Daikasen, which is that upcoming Japanese-style RPG game where other people have been trying to get their characters involved in as among the cast of those that game. And let's see, can I bring up an image here? Let's see.
We gotta get Musla in this game.
Yeah, like so far, I think Gorion told me that he is out of space, for that, for the first game, but maybe he might be thinking of having like expansions to like the monster roster. But as of now, it's like he's got enough characters to work with.
Well. Next time around, we gotta get Moose. You know, Canada has gone too long without a proper Guardian kaiju. They've got Alpha Flight, but nobody reads that.
Right.
So,
So anyways, let's see. There we go. So just gonna bring up this image right here. Let's see, fit to screen. There we go. So that's the opening title to Daikaiju Daikusen, which is a game that features many of Garion's own monsters, especially Nagorayar, as you can see on the far right of the image. And you can also see Draco Azul making his appearance in that game as well. So, and also the last part of the Nagorayar comic is actually a tie-in to the story of Daikaiju Daikusen, the video game. So you're getting yourself a kick-ass giant monster comic with Nagorayar, as well as a bonus story that's like a tie-in to the video game. So, yep, that's the stuff I really wanted to pimp out, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated on when this comic will eventually be available for international people everywhere. So, do either of you guys have anything you want to pimp out?
Dylan, do you have anything?
not currently. Other than that, you can find me very often over on Bill's channel, Zazabar, and the next few episodes of Demons from Outer Space podcast will be Marvel themed, in celebration of a certain movie coming out in the following week. So I look forward to that, I suppose.
Okay. Yes, you can follow my voice acting exploits over at Crate Dragon Films on YouTube. You can listen to me. I was on episode 98 of the Sons of Sarazawa podcast. I actually won a trivia game. You can follow me here on YouTube if you like. I'd never post anything, but you can do it sort of as a courtesy to this podcast. And I'm doing some things with Enshoma, as I mentioned previously. We made the greatest podcast in the history of podcasts ever, called Review All Movies, in which we literally review every movie ever made in one video. So watch that. Then, as I said, look at the date it was uploaded and feel bad about yourself.
It's just 5 seconds of you going, "It sucks," and then. Okay.
Oh, that's what it should have been. What else was there? Oh yeah, and then Shom and I are also working on a few more projects, one of which is Waffle Man, which has become a staple of this show, and a feature, well, not a feature length, but a radio play length Waffle Man episode coming in the future. The audio for it's almost edited. That'll be done by the end of the month, and then we just need to put some artwork together, and then that'll be up. And then there's some more stuff that he and I are working on that I don't want to talk about at the moment, but to stay tuned for. So yeah, look out for all of that stuff, I suppose. Yeah.
Excellent. And as always, you can follow all my future exploits here on the Kaiju Noir channel. You can follow up future updates on my comic book, upcoming comic, on the Facebook page, Primal Warrior Draco Azul. You can also follow me on Instagram, as well as on the SOS Network homepage, where you can follow stuff that I post along with stuff that Zazabar, Dylan here, and our friend Gorizard post as well. And let's see, anything else? You can also be on the lookout for an upcoming video I'm making in celebration of reaching 3,000 subscribers, going on to 4,000 very soon, where I go over my top 15 favorite giant monsters of all time. And let's see, anything else? That should be it. Oh yeah, Kaiju vs. Cancer. We have now released our new t-shirt for Kaiju vs. Cancer. If you were to go on customink.com, search Kaiju vs. Cancer, you'll find our second t-shirt. We've already reached our goal, our printing goal. Like, we need a minimum of 15 shirts to print, so we reached that. But every single Every single dollar counts. Our last t-shirt, we were able to raise over $300. Thank you so much, everybody, for supporting us for that first t-shirt, and we hope that we have a bigger, more expansive roster for the new shirt. It's an homage to the American box art of Destroy All Monsters, a VHS box art for Destroy All Monsters, and we've titled this one Destroy All Cancer. And we have like a whole giant group shot of all of our original characters all together, including Draco Azul making his artistic debut in the Kaiju vs. Cancer charity. So please support that. I'll include all the links in the description once the live stream is over. And yes, unfortunately, D-Man, you are here a bit too late then. But thank you very much, everybody, for all of you who have been here for the 2.5, nearly 3 hours. Yeah, pretty much 3 hours that we've been here. So, as always, I have been Andres Perez, aka Kaiju Noir.
And Brayton Connor.
And I was Super DM64.
And until next time, everybody, take care, for your audio has already been synchronized.
Yeah.